Flat Earth British, Martin Litica speaking. Good to see you on a Flatterday. I am back. Today, we're going to get all matrixy, okay? Could it be a lie? It's just an illusion. But really, you can sense that I'm about to do something, and this is why you're all so excited. And this is why I'm also, why me? Which I am. So, yeah, it's been 100 odd of you waiting, 150 odd of you waiting. See what I'm up to. Right, okay. Now, the changes. We can't ignore the changes. I'm going to go through everything I go through with you now. I definitely think it's true, and I'll tell you for why, guys, okay? I sort of pride myself on my information gathering, okay? I have got probably the closest thing you could call, if it was such a thing, to a photographic memory. I mean, I have selective information input, as in I will not hear the mundane, but everything important that I've ever heard has gone in and I've remembered. Now, things in this realm are not right. They are off. And I will go to the extent to say that maybe they can all see it and they don't know what they're seeing. I'm thinking at this stage of the game, maybe the J-Hab is to stop them seeing it. Okay, stop them seeing the veil is lifting, guys. The real reality is going to be shown before us. And maybe they're just trying to stem the flow. Now, what do I think that they've changed it? There's 1,000 reasons why, guys. Like I said, I've prided myself on, a lot of facts, like, sort of geographical, if you like, capital cities of countries, currencies, specifically that sort of thing, populations, natural resources of all the different countries of the world. These are the sorts of facts that I used to like to learn when I was a little kid. Okay, so all of it has gone in and nothing is the same anymore. Okay, everything has changed, guys. If I was to put in the context of existentially, just being me, not being Flat Earth British or anything, how would I express my experience at the moment is that I've seemed to have found myself in a weird horror B movie that is really stupid beyond belief. Everything on the media now is beyond ridiculous, guys. Can't you see? It's all beyond a fucking joke. They've lost all reason, all sense, and just gone completely fucking psycho on us. Okay. Now, in my Brian, okay, this is definitely, I think, and I've been thinking along these lines for many years, and I will show you now. And because of my experiences in life, to try and explain, what the fuck has been going on. And I definitely think at this stage now, with this Armageddon, that I personally, and I think other people in here as well, have been in an experiment. Okay, an ongoing experiment, a bit like mice, I guess, in a maze. Put this in, put that in. But there are some people in here that are a little bit different to the rest. Okay, there are people in here that have abilities. Now, the truth is, when we break the matrix, okay, guys, which we will, then we will become everything that we are. Okay, so what's that? You're saying, what is it? What are we? We're everything you can imagine. Take a look behind me. Yeah, they tell you in the Matrix, the new Matrix film. Okay, I think they definitely picked up on what Flat Earth British think tank has been up to, and they're trying to express it. Okay, now what happens in the new Matrix film is he's plugged back in Neo, Keanu Reeves. He's plugged back in, and he knows dick. Bit like what happened to Cypher when he ate the steak. So he's plugged back in, and he knows nothing. He meets Trinity, and they have a deja vu moment, okay, where they, recognize one another. Now, that happened to me recently. At the Flat Earth British Convention, the homecoming. Now, this had to explain why this was this feeling of euphoria the entire day. Everyone was having divine chills. It was exceptionally special. But most people who I met, I instantly recognized, whether it was visually or vibrationally. I was like, oh, yeah, right. We've done this before. No, I definitely think I've been here before, guys. Okay. I think maybe if they tell you to go to the light, stay the fuck away. Okay. I think that this Groundhog Day thing is determined by that. And I think that truly break the matrix and make it the Celestine prophecy and the world that we are supposed to see and be in, and not dying or not suffering, and all of that septic shit they put in you with us all disappears. Okay. Now, as for the J-Habt, now, maybe they can be helped. I don't even know. But at this stage of the game, they're losing their shit. Okay. I could sit here in the quiet area. All I could do was screaming, car chases, sirens, and just chaos of them playing up. They seem to have got a bit angry about something, maybe something they're seeing, and they don't understand what they're seeing. Now, back to the experiment. Hey, Lee Flat of British, come at the frog. Yeah, I know, they're all fucking Muppets, mate. Now, so what abilities do you think you got if you could tap in? Just like Neo? Do you think that you could fly? No, I think we could all fly. I think that everything that I could do in my dream state, which is everything that I'm going to tell you about now, I think that we can do in the real world. And I think that antiquity is definitely showing us this. Okay. I got memories of all of this, and I'm definitely starting to remember more and more. Now, I definitely think, and I've thought for a long time, but I didn't want to say it out loud because it sounds nuts. Okay. But it doesn't really matter anymore. Is I'm some sort of clairvoyant. Okay, I'm some sort of psychic. But I have achieved levitation when I was younger through suspending my body using the lotus position, which I still do now, and not hitting the ground for a few seconds. So I knew that it was real. And I got to thinking about, the shaman of High Tibet, and I think these dudes are just fucking men, man. How are they releasing all of this? We can all do this. They know something. And that's what got me thinking. Telekinesis. Why? Why, as an infant, I'm talking 2, 3, 4 years of age, was I trying to move my objects on the kitchen table or on the table with the power of my mind? Why was I even thinking like this? And I've done it right the way through. Why have I always been thinking about quantum teleportation? Why don't we just rip back the whole fucking thing and go completely aesokinesis and bring a new reality in for everybody? No more suffering, no more them, and no more anything to do with them. How we're supposed to be, yeah, like a big happy homecoming away from evil. Okay, guys, and evil dudes. It's like the Knights of the Round Table all over again, isn't it? People just stepping up in reality and fighting the good fight for the Most High, which somebody, I guess, in the dialectic has to do. Look at the film The Matrix. I think it's a little bit more than a film. Even that's taken some weird changes. The director used to be brothers, now they're sisters. I don't know. There's nothing weirder than reality, guys. So I'm thinking this is the case. I'm thinking this is who we truly are. I'm thinking we are just the most omnipotent sentient beings. And I think that we are, all of this shit they put on us is fake. Okay. It's a fake paradigm. Everything about it is fake. Okay. The history has been made up. It's been fabricated. At this stage of the game, we can't even establish how long we're here or if we're even here at all. Okay. Seems like the dream world can be a little bit more than this. Okay. And this is malleable. I've seen stuff in this realm. It's inexplicable. Ghost stuff. I seen a ghost only 2 weeks ago. An entity appeared to me. Taking a look at Martin. I fucking seen it, guys. It looked straight fucking at me. So what was that? Glitches in the Matrix? There's so much that we have seen, and I know you guys in chat here right now and know exactly what I'm talking about. That they're fucking reality is not explaining, or how they explain this reality is not explaining. I'm going to show some stuff in this, it's going to blow your minds, okay? It's a bit of a video later. I'm probably going to get copyrighted for, but it's on educational purposes, and it is mind-blowing, okay, a little bit later. But it's all going to be mind-blowing. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff in this, okay? We're going to talk about some changes that have been bugging me. Some people might call them Mandela effect, but that's just a term given by them, probably to cover up the fact that we're not in the same realm anymore. No fucking way, Jose. Is anything the same as before? And I've explained to you now why along the way. So let's give a few of you shouts. We've got 500 of you just turned up like magic. So that's fantastic. So that's another thing. We're going to magic them. Okay, they use magic on us, which I'm going to show you now. Okay, so we're going to neutralize that fucking bullshit. Okay, guys, I'm going to take this fucking place back. Okay, in a very cool and clever way. Okay, that gets nobody fucking hurt. Do you like that? Of course. Because if you do it their way, the controlled way, yeah, people are going to get hurt. And I'm not really doing that, getting hurt humans, animals, existence thing, are you? I guess not if you're in Flat Earth British chat right now. So, Jimmy Dean, you must know you can control it. You got to police your thoughts. That's what I'm learning. I learned a lot about myself this week, guys. I've learned that you've got to definitely police your thoughts. Because whatever your thoughts are put outwardly in this, there's two types of matrix. There's the physical matrix, which they say that it's these tables in these chairs, but it's not physical when you get down to what they say is the fundamentals of quantum mechanics, because it's supposed to be like indistinguishable foam of us. But there is another reality here, guys, another reality overlapping with other realities. And I've perceived them. And I know a lot of you have too. So we know this is a fucking factor. Okay. Jollyman, good to see you, my friends. And thank you for joining in Flat Earth British Chat. It brings a good vibration here. You all do. Astral Cattage, good to see you. Dave Knuckles, my friend. Flat Earth British subscriber channel. Retro Martin, good to see you, Retro. Dr. Bass is always about. Good to see you. Synchronicities, Deja Vu. Now, I definitely have previous life memories. And when I was in the Merchant Navy, there was umpteen times I took all the crew around cities that I'd never actually been to before, knowing exactly where I was going, and always found my way back to the ship alive. And, a little bit worse for wear, but I always got back to the ship, guys. It was really fucking weird how I seem to know places so well and I've never been to them before. Okay, I did think about it, but I would just put it down to, because it happened to my grandfather in the war as well. He went to Alexandria, I believe it was, in the Second World War, and he did the same thing. He knew exactly what was around each corner. He said, "I can tell you what's around this corner now. It's a church. I've been here before, but I haven't." And he turned the corner. It was a church. So he knew exactly where he was going. So previous life existence, Groundhog Day. I'll tell you something else. Years ago, I was reading a book by Abby Hoffman. Okay, he sort of got into I guess fringe scene, psychedelia, late 1960s, and he talked about a guy he was with who took DMT. The guy took DMT, was gone 15 minutes. He come back and said that he'd lived an entire 80-year lifespan. He'd said that I'd been gone 80 years. I just lived an entire 80 years lifespan. But you've only been gone 10 minutes. So much more going on, guys. Yeah, and it's changing, and I would say it's changing daily. Every day when I go out, at first, I had that little fucking bit of doubt, thinking, no, it's just madness in your head. But then when people are coming to me in their fucking thousands, experiencing exactly the same, how can I ever fucking deny it? And with my personal life experience. Well, I'm going to run through some information with you and some thoughts. Or with love and good intent. We're going to have a little giggle later. It will not be dirty, okay, because I'm a reformed character, okay? I've got a big mop and I washed up my dirty Brian, okay? Talking about my dirty Brian. Seen this? This is my dirty Brian. I'll show you now. Let me change my screen share. Okay, so we're going all green and matrixy today. I've got my green light on, green background. That's Machine City, okay? Neo's plugged back into the Matrix. Okay. Look at my pit. There you are. My Brian. Check out my Brian. That's you, that is. That's where you are. Okay. In 1972, your Brian's there. Man with two brains. So there's only one clip in the film, The Man with Two Brains, that sticks in my memory, and it's that New York woman with massive breasts, and he's like, boom, boom, until she opens her mouth. You probably remember that clip, or maybe that's just me, probably just me. Anyway, we're going to go through a load of what I think are changes. I'm going to show you some imagery to go along with it. Later on, we're going to be looking at maybe an hour or so of things that I have found this week in antiquity, which are all freaky as fuckery. What is going on? Okay. Images of the day later. It's pretty splattery right the way from beginning to end. So I hope you enjoy your Flatterday night special. Okay. Platform's 589 of you. Share this out. Share this out. Let's get some peeps over. Is that, oh, Jada? There's Jada, Future of the Past. She's my friend. We had a brilliant time at Lincoln Cathedral. I sort of missed you, Jade, when you went away. It was a brilliant time we had, you must admit. And Neil, our brains are quantum computers. Wow, we can't establish the quantum world, okay? If you want to think of the quantum world in ways of bits, which we're going to talk about now, of bits of information, but if you think of this as Orgtrix or as an organic matrix, more in a fluidic sense, then things will start to make a lot more sense, okay? So let me run through all this information with you. I'll come back in a bit. LSD, what's this about LSD? Neil says LSD stops a relative program and puts you into the quantum worried. Certainly fucks with the matrix, that's for sure. I make some people magic, don't you know? Asia, good to see you. Asian, Titch in the house. Elizabeth Quinn's in the house. Stormy, Lucy is in the house. And John and Neil, like I said that. And Professor Mud, that's a really cool name, Muddy. Eli May. Hippie Shakers Treaser, we love Treaser, Roger. And Viper, who likes it, he's just joined and he's like, I'm digging this buzz. There's something weird and cool going on, yeah? No fucking shit, Viper. It's the greatest adventure ever. Now, Celeb Brooks and Squirrel Sniper is in the house. I was more Bill Murray myself. Bill Murray is epic, and he's also, I reckon, a flat earther. A flat earther. An Invisible Chain says mushrooms can help. Well, it's inner technology they don't tell us about, okay? They're keeping it all from us. Everything they told us was absolute bullshit, guys, and you know it. Now, this one is getting to something, I think. Okay, let's see what happens at the end of this. Right, such an intent, no positive, no doubt, to fix everything, make them go the fuck away. Not the elites or the billionaires or anything out about. As we know, we watched them leave in planes 2 years ago almost. So the skeleton crew of Muppets actors, you know, in my Brian, this is what's going on. Everything that's really going on in the world is on the internet, and there's nothing really going on. Okay? You know, like the petrol thing, you know. Which Spice Girl can still buy petrol? Jerry can. Boom, boom. Oh, don't worry. Anyway, let's get on with some information. Now, I'm going to help you remember, guys, okay? You will remember, because it's happening as a part of this awakening, as you're getting more and more memories of what we were and who we are, okay? And it's very, very fucking fantastic. You ready? Okay, enjoy. Flat of British, Flatterday night of epicness. So, quotages to get you thinking. Can you remember who you were before the world told you who you should be? So that's what's happened, isn't it? As soon as we're born and we're infants and we're put in these indoctrination camps, you know, nursery, where they force you to go to sleep weirdly in the afternoon. I never dug that. I thought that was just really fucking strange. So I was never tired. And then all of the false information and indoctrination later. Darwinian theory, you know, very fucking dangerous whole school of thought was that bullshit. Still ongoing, still going with it. No proof whatsoever. Isn't it weird, guys? Anyway. She remembered who she was and the game changed. And this is what's happening, guys. As soon as you start to remember that all the world is a stage. And guys, You're in a fucking movie. You're being watched. Yeah. And fuck the judging. I tell you what, we turn that fucking table too. We fucking judge them motherfuckers. Okay? Because we're the good people in this place. We don't need them. Be fucking judging us. Change it. Turn the tables. So change the game, guys. Remember, make memories in people's hearts because your memories will be all that's left when you're gone. So, what of death? Walk in one room into another. How can energy be destroyed? This is just our mortal avatar. Okay, pain? Fuck all. Okay, it's just weakness leaving the body. Okay, they cannot destroy our souls. And do you know what? We've been back here over and over again fighting this evil fucking force of parasites. Okay, we've done this before, and I don't think we got this far before. I think what's happened, I was unprecedented in history. Okay, all of history is waking up at the same time. So it's okay. You just forgot who you are. Welcome back. Welcome back home, guys. Okay. It's been a while. I thought we'd get here eventually, didn't you? I had that feeling right the way through my life that we would get here. We would meet again. Inner peace doesn't come from getting what you want, but from remembering who you are. And I think that's definitely a thing, guys. Yeah. These objects, these materialistic things we hold on to don't mean shit. You don't take none of them with you. You don't bring nothing in this world with you. When we're a fish out of water. Now, please tell me, why isn't there a creator? Please tell me why there isn't a Most High. Because you can't deny that there is. This place is intelligently designed and encoded to the point of perfection that is really sinister and giving it all away. Every aspect has the golden ratio Fibonacci sequence in it. That includes plants, trees, the finger, the human face, the human ear. By mistake, it's just a quirk. What would science say? What would science say? It's just a freak mutation and just all ended up mathematically, so precise that it has to be encoded. And even in their bullshit, if DNA is a thing, they say that it's a code, don't they? And very similar to what binary looks like in a matrix. There's no denying it, guys. Okay, they knew about it in the Middle Ages. And even I've shown evidence of the Romans knowing about it, okay? And it's funny how it expresses the torus field as well, does the golden ratio. You get it in shells, seahorses, obviously the wave form. That wouldn't just be wave, that'd be wave forms. The horn, which is also a torus. Fuck that. Galaxies are bullshit and new, they just invented them. And the finger, giving someone the finger has a divine premise. So I think I'll start giving everyone a finger from now on. That's fucking epic. Nah, I better not. I don't want to get in any fights. So, the ear, the arm, golden ratio. So how can anyone, knowing this, in their heart, in their soul, how can anyone deny the creator? And this place is intelligently designed. A tree trunk, same as our fingerprint. A fingerprint, same as a tree. A tree is the same as rivers, tributaries, and the same as lightning and sprites, and everything in this place is just the fucking same. All based on toroidals, all based on the golden ratio. Beauty and surpass perfection that gives it all away. Why? There's some perfection in places that doesn't need to be. Lee once explained a corner of a car park by a hairy bush. He said that there was spiders and just things that no one's going to ever see. So what would be the point in the Matrix? They sort of overdid it a bit. They fucked up the carpet, basically, if you know what I mean. So it's lovely snails. I do like snail shells anyway. And spiders as well. And I watched a spider doing a web the other day, and I was infinitely fascinated how it made this sort of invisible, almost invisible thread before it made the actual one. but very connected with the electromagnetic world, and the Taurus is a spider. Okay, and susceptible to drugs. Chinese knew apparently 5,000 years ago. I've covered it before. I covered it in my first book, The Holy Grail of the Flat Earth, that the modern binary in Hai Ching hexagrams. So apparently Hai Ching is, well, how many years old? Hai Ching's 5,000 years old, they say. So it's the oldest, I guess, texts available in this place, you know. And they are using hexagrams of Torah to used in the modern day. So they knew about the structure of this place. Now, this is a clip. I'm not gonna show it. I'm just gonna squiz through because there's some points in it of the new Matrix 4 movie. I don't know whether you've seen this clip. I'll link it up. So it looks a bit fab, but they're gonna charge an absolute fortune for you to watch it. Crimbo, I guess. But anyway, I've seen this. See this coding? It's called digital rain. How it drops, you know. Cypher can read this shit, you know. Blonde, blue eyes, brunette, brown hair, you know. But I've seen this before. Don't ask me how I've seen it, but I can tell you that I've seen this before. Okay, I know this stuff. Whether or not it's just random made up for the movie, but I know it. I've seen it. And they show you circuit board cities clearly are generating electricity, and they show you circuit board cities on clearly on the one of the trailers for this. But you get to old so, you know, excuse me, the Frenchman. No, let's talk about the Frenchman for a minute. Now, the Frenchman, he was the first Neo, and he failed. So he was the one. Neo, he obviously got killed or blind or whatever in Machine City. He ended up plugged back in the Matrix, remembering shit all. So he has a deja vu moment with Trinity. I'm guessing they get back into the Matrix. They get trained up by other, you know, I know Kung Fu. Okay, there he is. I mean, and it's always in the rain, isn't it? So where's the information? Have we always told you? Where was that epic fight with Smiths? Yeah. So it turns out, right, that everyone's being played in some kind of game in this movie, because the architect's in with the Oracle. Sorry about the movies of the convention. Haven't turned up yet. Apparently, I'm waiting on an Oracle. And a whole load of explosions and violence. They do like to stick in these fucking movies. But I'm guessing it's all great cinematographics, etc. I'm looking forward to it, but whatever. Moving on. So let's think about some changes for a minute. So there it is, digital rain. The information's in the cloud. You know, this place is screaming, if you think about it in quantum mechanics levels, that this place is a simulation. Now, let's think about some changes. Now, apparently NASA a couple of months ago said that they had found a new constellation, but they are insane. So apparently they're maybe going to tweak all of the calendar so that it becomes 13 months somewhere along the line in the future. Exactly like in 1984, the first chapter of the book says the clock struck 13 because you've got 13-hour days in 1984 book. So changes, we're going to look at a couple in a minute. Well, obviously the biggest one is, well, the Earth's 100% definitely flat, guys. Has it always been? Well, obviously, but that's a pretty big change in my life in the last 6 years, I can fucking tell you. The sun and the moon. Have a little think about them as well, because they're doing one. Now, the sky's resolution is off, guys. It's almost coming glitchy. Some parts of the sky, where they've been chemtrailing it to death, just about holding together. But you do see some sort of what looks like a lattice work in it. And I have seen this photographed. And the sky's resolution is off, guys. Okay, the hues are all off. Okay. Anyone notice the fashions or the clothes? Well, I've noticed it on, like, I thought it was just Britain, but it's in the same on the continent, and it's the same in America too. Is everyone's just been like shopping at Primark or Peacocks in 1976 for some reason, because all like fashions, yeah, have seemed to just vanished, and now everyone's just dressed exactly the fucking same in like baggy old t-shirts, scruffy old clothes. I don't know what's going on. It's like, where's all the fucking style gone, and where's all the smart people gone? Most of the point, everyone was immaculately dressed years ago, and now nobody can be fucking bothered ironing or shining their shoes or doing shit about their appearance. What the fuck happened? And the obvious, that we are around a load of drone zombies which are losing their shit, but they're all happy to do whatever the government tells them now they've had the jihad, because they are some sort of mind control victims at the moment. Okay, and they're going for more of it, because whatever the first one did was needed, and the second part was needed as well. And in the Matrix film, they inject them the same. When there's something to do with the program, they stick this juice in their fucking neck. If you've ever seen the movie Divergence, they do the same thing, guys. When they go into simulation, they jack this shit in their fucking neck. And in the film The Matrix, this new film, when Neo goes back into the Matrix, how do you think he gets back in there, guys? Through the telephone? No. He walks through the mirror. He comes out of the mirror. And not only that, in The Matrix 1, when he first unplugs, he puts his hands out, and where does it go? Into the silvery mirror. And the mirror sort of encompasses his body and up his neck, and then there's that telephone noise. Fucking thing going on, yeah? What else is off? Well, I've been around a while, and I can guarantee you that the seasons are off. Okay, it's lovely and warm, and it's almost October in the UK. When I was a kid, it would be covered in frost, and it would be fucking freezing at this time of year. I mean, proper cold. It never gets proper cold anymore. So the seasons are definitely off. Okay, and they look funny. The colors are funny. The hues are off. Blah blah blah. No, the food tastes like shit. The milk tastes like rat's shit. It's fucked. Does anyone notice? Well, of course, they're telling you that's you got the arona, that if you are tasting things, but that's a cover up for why everyone in this realm is tasting everything different, and the milk tastes like shit. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? The media are giving it all away, guys. This insanity we're sending people here, there, and everywhere with a load of actors that are fucking clones. They ain't even real. You're telling me Musk and all of these people, they're not fucking billionaire geniuses. They're fucking actors that you can't establish anything about, guys. Okay. In fact, any people on the internet and all of these bullshit things that keep getting passed to me, words on fucking bits of paper, do not mean shit in my reality, because I don't know the source and I can't trust it. So that is the septic state of the internet at the moment. Can't even stand it. It's just horrible. Anyway, perception of small detail has increased. I don't know whether it's just me, but I'm seeing a lot more in reality and nature specifically than I ever did before. Now, this is not self-induced, guys. This is the changing realm we're living in. It looks more vibrant. The mosses look more colorful on trees, things like that, you know. And the changing paradigm. Now, nowadays, all of the little hoodies are going around in their grey trackies, their little uniform, with their little man bags full of crack cocaine. Okay, and what do they spend all their money on for the big drug dealers? Well, the drug dealers buying them an electric bike worth a couple of grand. So everyone, yeah, with no safety for children who are coming out of school, or giving a shit, hammering at like 40 miles an hour down the pavement with reckless abandon, yeah, all of them fucking need a slap. Okay, all of them. And scooters. So everything since the pandemic has gone electric bikes, electric scooters. And it's not just Britain, it's every fucking where. And they've introduced weird shops. Now, they've changed the infrastructure also. As the pandemic unrolled, they built big, mega cities everywhere. They literally filled the center of my Cardiff with big fuck off skyscrapers, like they just appeared out of nowhere. The ring roads in the center of cities, they blocked off the main roads going through cities. They've in London, I've seen exactly the same thing going down around Hyde Park, that area. It was just everything's filtered, and the roads have all been altered. Leisure centres, council buildings have all been tweaked, so they're now practically like Walmart FEMA campy, and will be able to hold large amounts of people. Swimming bars have all had their air conditioning systems, and supermarkets have had new air freezer systems all put in as well during the pandemic, probably to hold access dead bodies. Now, excuse me, let's get back to that one. That was pretty groovy. What other changes? 5G, well, that's just arrived. Was that it? Well, maybe. Who even knows? I'm just not thinking about electromagnetic interference because that's definitely a thing, isn't it? And overnight, the Royal Mail in Britain, our postal service, just disappears. Yeah, apparently they privatised it overnight, never bothered telling anyone. And now there's a company with a full fleet of electric vans that just been shit out. So yeah, the music, it's all reverted back to old squishy, squashy, soul-y songs. Yeah, I don't even know what's going on. Everyone shaking back and forth and lighting their candles in a stadium fucking music for some reason. So yeah, it's all reverted back to R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Not that there's anything wrong with Aretha, but I'm just saying they have reverted back to all of the 1970s music and all of that. So yeah, loads of changes. I noticed Mongolia on the map. That used to be an autonomous region. That's changed over the maps. The location of certain places have changed. Something going on with the whole fucking paradigm. Yeah. I've been thinking about postnatal depression as well. But my wife had that. She gave birth and she went completely mental. Why do women have that, guys? And not only that, why are you having periods? Pyramids. Don't have a pyramid. That could be painful. Periods. What's that all about? Bleeding the fuck out once a month because the moon determines it. Anyway, what's the currency in China? So in my reality, the currency in China, in my memory, was always the yen. The yen. Anyone ever asked me, what's the currency in China, Matt? Well, it's the yen. Nowadays, it's the currency for Japan, and the currency for China has always been this word I have never heard before in my life. So the currency has always been, or since 1948, the renminbi. So the currency apparently for the most populated country on earth is the renminbi. And when I used to look on like the FT to check out like the yen, which was the Chinese currency on the FT, that apparently is in my imagination because now it's a word that I've never seen before and I've never heard of before in my reality. So yeah, it's like, what? So it wasn't the yen before the Reminipakini. So no, apparently it's been the yen since about 48. It's been like dollar and other things, but it's never ever been the yen. So I'm like, oh fuck. So do I doubt my memory? Do I doubt my general knowledge questions? You know, this is one for Bamba Gascoigne. Martin Lika, starter for 10. What is the currency in China? I would be giggling inside and saying, yen, motherfucker. And Bamba would have to give me a starter for 10. What about this? This is notorious, what they call Mandela effect. But again, in my Brian, okay, Rodin's thinker has not got his head on his fucking chin whatsoever because that makes no sense. Okay, I'll tell you why. Now, put your hands on your head where you're sitting, right? That's your thoughtful. I'm having a think. I'm using my Brian pose, right? This is why Brucey and his Brucey bonus. Nice to see you. Nice. Oh, that's in threes. That was a spell I just noticed. Anyway, Brucey. Okay, we don't know Bruce Forsyth. Okay, he was okay. He married his assistant. I don't think he was PD. I quite like Brucey. Anyway, he went like that on his head. Okay, not on his chin. And if in my memory, Rodin's thinker has got his hand on his head, because if you've got your hands on your chin, okay, you're not having a deep think Brianage. Okay, that's putting pressure on your chin. What you're doing is you're observing. If you put your hand on your chin, you're observing. Okay, so he's observing, he's looking at shit on the floor, probably watching ants. Yeah. Put your head on your Brighton. Yeah. That's Rodin thinking. So that's another change. I'm not trusting that one either because most memories, when you ask, where's Rodin's thinker's hand, every single person in reality puts it straight to their head. But apparently Rodin's finger's got his hands on his fucking chin. So another change. And it's a bit weird as well. Other changes. These got sent to me this week. Pics Comedy, okay. Taken of the sun, which you can see sort of there, and this strange, I don't know how to describe it, okay. If it was a lens flare, which is the lens flare there, it's not. So it is a really strange atmospherical phenomena being recorded. Almost that black sun thing going on. And look at this one. What exactly is going on. It looks like a portal, doesn't it? This week. There it is. And he's put it through his, taking a look what it is. And it looks to be like a sort of wormhole to another dimension. Here as well. Never quite seen anything like this, but almost looked like it had a sigil in it. Or some sort of... But it does, doesn't it? If you can see the lines here, if they're parallel to one another here, you know, that cannot be a natural phenomena, surely, guys, can it? And you can see the whole circle of it, and there seems, you know, like a coin or something. You can see that, yeah? And even the sun is obscured, but yeah, I don't know what to make of that. That's fantastic. Send this week. So yeah, Antiquity keeps telling you all about, you know, what happens with the natural cycles in this place, you know. They got the boat, and the boat in Egyptians. We were looking at Egyptians a little bit later, guys, and some information about hieroglyphics, as I proposed. The real hieroglyphics on Flat Earth British a few years ago, but some more information about them later on in this post, I think you'll find very interesting. So yeah, this is, I guess, in not the level plane as such, but they have a boat in the sky because it's obviously water. But this thing is not a sail. It's more of a portal. And they do portals, and the sun portal, you know, all of these colors and these, you know, almost the spectrum coming out of it. And the worship of Ra, you know, the sun god, on the Aten, in this case, Akhenaten, with his weird elongated head, holding up some sort of stuff to the sun rays to probably infuse them with sun juice. But what is this on the sun you always see? It's that little lip. Don't see that on the sun, do you? So very, very peculiar. And the sun dogs are increasing, but the chemtrailing death is unbelievable. Whoever's denying chemtrailing at this period is either fucking working for them, okay, or you're fucking stupid. How can it be clear, crystal clear skies one day, and then like nobody's flying anywhere, and the next day it's like you can't even see the sun. They just block it out, and then it all goes glitchy, and the sky looks fucked, and nothing seems natural. Two suns showing up everywhere. Show many examples. And this is supposed to be, well, Falcon Heavy going up, but before it comes back down. But I've shown it before, but it gives you a good idea of the fluidic nature of this matrix, this fluidic matrix. So think about the creator, shall we? Think about God, if you like. God. So God, if he was a entity, universal entity, writer of the program, got agents, angels, and demons all playing alongside in the Matrix. So does he need help? It need help. It's an out of control psychopath, isn't it? Maybe it needs a bit of calming down somehow, or maybe something else taking control. Because it's an out of control madman, the whole place has been falling into chaos right the way through my life. I couldn't believe anything was working. I was like, how the fucking hell is all this city working? How come everyone is just not dying? How come it's all working? And it would always perplex me, you know, especially large cities like London. It's like everything's just seemed to be teetering on death all of the time, but working out like miracles all day long. Cars speeding and people just haphazard suicide nature they seem to have at the moment as well. I'm noticing, guys. Have you noticed that? They're driving like stupid people. Oh, there you are, the Globe's girlfriend, the fisheye lens. And stones they put facing equinoxes, etc. So yeah, we got another apparent in a year's time, in 2022 or so, they say, a eclipse, which is going to show itself in New Madrid. So New Madrid, something's going to happen again in 2022. I think we should watch that closely because their psyop is Yellowstone Park. Okay, it's not Yellowstone Park; it's the Great Mashiri Fault. And don't think faults in forms of Teutonic movement, because if you are thinking that and you actually believe in a globe, that would be impossible, because obviously centrifugal force would spin all of these continents all to maybe one big splushy ball or something in reality. You can't have it always. Your science, you see. So yeah, we have 3 suns, but are they really suns, or are they just orbs in antiquity? Flying orbs. And that we just seen, didn't we, more or less, without the white bit in the middle. But you see, they see these. So these things are shown before, like a black hole sun. Definitely a part of the Nazi story, because Himmler had a black hole sun on the floor in his castle. Part of his weird religion thing going on. Again, seemed to affect architecture, this phenomena, and you get things falling down. Yeah, 93 million miles away. My fucking ass. Okay. And somebody in the woods. You recognize that person? And sundogs increasing. So yeah, and 2 suns and dogs and 2 suns increasing. All of these in the last few months sent in to me on Flat Earth British. What's going on? So I'm just going to come back for a second and I'll tell you for why. I'm going to show you a bit of a video, okay, from a book I read in about 1990 called Holographic Universe, and it's by Michael Talbot, and he appears on a show with Jeffrey Mishlove. Now, I sort of dig Jeffrey Mishlove. He looks like he might be a bit of a fanny magnet back in the day, again, up to all sorts. I don't think he's dodgy at all. He's got a nice warm thing about him, so I think he's all right, Jeffrey. But this was supposed to be in the cutting edge of thought back in the day. Now, Talbot is an unusual gentleman, okay? Although they are talking from the standpoint of quantum mechanics, but they put into a sort of idea along the way we think. He tells you some stuff in this, guys, does Michael Talbot, and it was enough, this interview, to get him killed. He survived a little over a year after this interview. It was that mind-blowing. And I will honestly say to you, watching this video, I must have mentioned it 1,000 times. It definitely made a big impact in my life. There's some aspects when he talks about hypnosis. He had basically hypnosis made his daughter invisible, so he couldn't see her, but he could see the watch she was holding behind her back and the inscription. So how is that even possible in this Matrix, guys? And all of that hypnosis anyway. And is that what they're doing to him? Mass hypnosis? You fucking betcha. Magic, guys. 856 of you watching. I'm going to play this for only for a couple of minutes because I suspect I'm going to get in trouble, but it doesn't matter because it is one of the most mind-blowing things that I ever seen. Okay, and the information, I'll show you the first few minutes and you'll get a hint. So the guy grew up in a house with a poltergeist, and he knew that there was something else going on with reality, some of his experiences. And what he discovered was the holographic nature, and he started to remember. Okay, so this was in about 1990. So allow me to share screen, mute my microphone, and I'll be back in about 5 minutes. We'll just hear a bit of this together. I will link it up so you can hear the whole thing, which I'm sure you'll definitely want to. Okay, cool. Bye-bye.
Fabric of reality seems to possess properties that are reminiscent of a hologram. So if you put those two ideas together, that our brain seems to be holographic and the universe is holographic, it suggests that maybe it's compelling evidence that the universe may be a kind of hologram, not that it's literally a hologram, but that it's a good metaphor or way of understanding the universe.
Now, when you say it's holographic, what do we mean, really?
That, in a nutshell, that reality may be more plastic and changeable, like an image, than a solid construct, a sort of sticks and stones world. It has a couple of other implications, one of which is that a hologram has an unusual property. If you take a piece of photographic film that has a holographic image encoded in it, that means that you cannot see the image with your naked eye. You have to reconstruct the image, you have to shine a laser through it. So if you have an image of a rose in the film, shine a laser through the rose, you'll get a three-dimensional image of the rose on the other side. You cut that film in half, shine a laser through each piece, you'll get a whole rose out of each piece, which is a very unusual property and sort of boggles the imagination at first. Cut it in 4, you get 4 roses. Cut it in 8, you get 8 roses. So if the universe is a hologram, it means, as William Blake said, that quite literally you can find the universe in a grain of sand, that every portion of the universe contains some semblance of the whole universe.
That's very profound.
Very.
It's mind-boggling. And you know, one of the things that you point out in a footnote of your book that I would like to mention is that this doesn't apply for many of the kinds of holographic images that are popularly sold as pendants and the like that don't require laser light.
Right. Every talk I give, someone comes up and says they cut the hologram in half on their credit card and ruined it and didn't get the effect. And it only applies to those images that you cannot see with the naked eye, that you have to reconstruct.
If you were to look at holographic film, it might look like ripples on a pond unless the laser light is shined through it.
Right. There's no decipherable image in the film, and it very much does look like ripples in a pond. Like when you drop pebbles into a pond, there are all sorts of little circles.
They're called interference patterns.
Right. The same as when you drop 2 pebbles in a pond and the ripples crisscross. That is exactly what is in the film. It's the crisscrossing of the laser light that's recorded on the photographic film.
So there's the sense about a hologram that there's 2 levels. One is this 3-dimensional image that's projected, and it can look so real that you want to reach out and touch it. And then the other level are these interference patterns.
Right. That reality in a hologram can manifest in 2 ways: as a concrete image, or as this sort of indecipherable blur of energy. And an analogy to this is kind of when you're watching Johnny Carson on your television set. That's really, his image is encoded in 2 ways. One is as the concrete image on the TV set. One is as the blur of radio waves permeating the living room. And if the universe is a hologram of some sense, in some way, it suggests that there may be 2 very drastically different levels to reality, that the concrete reality we see, when we look at these chairs and at the trees and the clouds and everything like that,
our bodies
are just one way that reality manifests, and that at some deep level there's a level of reality where everything dissolves into an ocean of energy that is holographically interconnected, where every portion of the universe is contained in every tiny area of the universe.
So that fuzziness of what he's talking about, that place, the other realm, I think is what he's saying is that's our higher self, our higher realm that we interpret, and where it is, the action is truly happening. And what's more, I think it can be hacked. I think it can be hacked through intent. How do I know? Well, because of some of the things that have happened over the last year or 2 in Flat Earth British Think Tank and the state of the world, what we've been talking about, what we've been putting forward, and the whole thing. Okay, it's beyond synchronicity, guys. It's beyond fucking weird, is what it is. So, laser beams to blow your mind anytime, says in Queen Color. Seen it, Liddy. I'll link it up. It is a classic. Interviews from 1990, around there, Luca. Yes, I think he died 1991, all told. But good to see you, Jeffrey. Good to see you, Luca. Hope everything's fine down in Italy land. Hippie. I'm finding it's hot lately. Well, it's quite warm here. It's probably like 16 degrees, which is a hot nightly temperature, I guess. Roger Higgins. Good to see you. Cycle Dave. Good to see you, my friend. Maggie Brown. Jenny, who is wowing. Somebody who said they didn't understand earlier. I sort of guess that. But yeah, Gnostics. But there are certain aspects. There's certain other religions as well, which Kabbalah talk about this loneliness of God and then creating so as not to be on his own in this cylinder. And then basically, I'm guessing, having to make good and evil, which is where it all fucked up. Don't you know? An opposition, everything in opposition to one another. Good to see you, Underground. How's it going, my friend? Another numerological decoding from you, I see. Prof DJ, good to see you. Do you have legwork is, but do you have to do the legwork yourself? Always got to get your boots on the ground, my friend. That's where the evidence is. Yeah, can't rely on everything online. You got to get out. Got to use your old eyes. See the shit for yourself. Okay, that's what reality is. So yeah, I'm going to share a load of stuff for you now. Let me have a little drink, compose myself. We're an hour in. I can't exactly say how long I'm going to be posting, but it'll be a little while longer. Another half hour or so of things that I found in antiquity, which are mind-blowing, actually, guys. And then we're going to take you up to comedy section, and all going to take you down to images of the day and everything else that I put together. What's up, Mac Beaver? Good to see you, my friend. Divergent top movie, yeah, man. If I can tell you loads of clues in Divergent. Oh, yes. Loads of simulation going down there. And, well, pretty shit society. It's based on a faction, and they're going faction now, if I'm honest with you. You know, there's this, like, class thing, isn't there? It's like, I've had one jab, I've had two jabs, I've had three jabs, I've had no jabs. And there's the non-give-a-fuckers as well. They can see all straight through it. Even that American woman that talks for Biden, hair sniffer, she slipped up this week and said pandemic because she'd been watching YouTubes and she accidentally slipped up. Did you see it? Tut. Twirl, good to see you. Oh, Ginny Proof, good to see you, my friend. Bongo. Yeah, we loved you on Rainbow. You weren't my favourite, though. Zippy's my favourite. I'm like Zippy, except you can't zip me up. Yeah, I'm more like Tigger the Tiger. No, Zebedee. On a magic roundabout. More like Zebedee. Boing! Just bounce in and out of your reality. Truth Seeker. Viper. Julie. Guff. Viper, do bring the love. Holistic, who is India? Much love to you, India. Wilsonage. Epic Lady. Sandan. Astrocat. So yeah, 2 weeks ago yesterday was the Flat Earth British Convention. It seems like what the fuck happened to this week? It was like 1 minute. And I'm here again. It's flat day night. Well, I'm looking well. I eat well. I try to look after myself. That's what I do. And I exercise fuck tons. Okay. And I don't do them. That's why. It's okay. Keep my vibration happy. Okay. They won't have that. They want you unhappy, worried, depressed. Yeah. People who get ill is because like, oh, I'm worried about flu. You just give yourself to it. You give yourself flu because that's what it is. Okay. It's lots in that video when we talks a lot about placebo. People who have literally cured themselves through cancer on the placebo effect drugs. And like only to find out that maybe it was a placebo for the cancer to come back. Michael Tolbert talks about it all in that video, which I will link after the show. So I'm going to link share some more screen and get on with some more information because time is getting on. Okay, I'll link that a bit later. Now, this was a find this week. It was really cool as well. Now, what you're looking at here, right, is basically the movie, okay, which was made in 1914, Cabiria. Okay, now I've watched the movie. It was 2 hours. It was agonizing to watch. It was fucking dull as dishwater. But the plot was the reset of the classical world. You see the fall of, well, you see Pompeii, you see the fall of Carthage, but mostly what you see is the population of Earth going into the mouth of the giant Moloch. Okay, literally a demon, which we see all over antiquity, nearly every Flat Earth British vlog. And it reminded me of that time machine thing when they all go into the sirens go and they all walk into that place to be fucking fed. So yeah, I thought, wow, so they're, oh, excuse me, they actually worshipping the, there is the film, the Babylonian gods, it's Baby Muncher. Okay, there's the, I guess the director. So yeah, I'm just going to scrooge through a little bit of this film because look at this for a cover. Look at this for a cover. So basically, there's a guy who has his daughter kidnapped in this story. Okay, and it's all very, very fucking iffy anyway. Okay, because obviously they're being kidnapped there. But I can link this up to you. Right, it shows. It's basically the first ever epic movie. I'm sharing my screen side by side, am I? Excuse me. I didn't realize that. Stop sharing. Okay. Sorry, I'm all over the place. Okay, so excuse me, sorry about that. Well, it's the first epic movie, 2 hours ever made. Okay, so during the First World War, they've literally built the classical world. It's involved like Cecil B. DeMille. It's full of Phoenician coding because the whole film is actually like Phoenician. And they show the fall of the classical world. What I found fascinating was this. Look at this for the stage set. Okay, so it's like they build the classical world. There's a lady all the way up there, like that far away. How big are their stage sets? And they have like a lot of people involved in these films. So yeah, we've seen a lot of this stuff: bathhouses, grapes, Romans lounging around and doing sweet fuck all. So all I can presume about these Phoenicians is that, like the people today, they're total pussies. Okay, I think they're total pussies. Okay, all they do is lounge around all day, do sweet fuck all. Yeah, that's what I think. So what happened to the backbone of everyone? All right, they're having millions of people protesting, but let's be honest, guys. They're doing the man's calling because they're doing like what they want them to do. So yeah, it's a reset film. Let's see if I can get this moving on a fucking bit because this is fucking taking forever. Okay, so you get an earthquake, you get some like sacrifices going down, get the old Bacchus, and he even looks like Bacchus, that guy with the flowers. Sacrifice going, guy smoking a bong. Yeah. Oh, he might be just getting the flames going, I'm not sure. But yeah, it's all worship of evil deities, etc. Dude gets his daughter kidnapped. Come on, stop glitching. And I wanted to show you where they all got fed into Moloch, which I found really. I'll just get up to by here. I wonder if it's going to actually scroll. Give it a second. You could read that in the meantime. Cabrina. So yeah, I'll link this up anyway. So maybe watch it a bit. I didn't enjoy 2 hours of it. It was a bit agonizing, if I'm honest. But I thought it was crazy. It's almost like they've actually built the antique world. Or it's like I was thinking, are they actually there? Look at the size of this they built. So the Babylonian baby god Moloch, they built a full-size version of it for the movie, by the way. And all of that antiquity, like Egyptian stuff and that for the movie. Okay. And they bring in like children. Can you see the men there with little infants? I don't think the infants are actually dressed either. I'm not actually sure. People are screaming. And they're going to actually, in this first ever epic movie by this guy, Batista, whatever his name is, and Cecil B. DeMille, yeah, endless extras, endless, cost $500,000 when they were at, well, the rest of the world was at war. So yeah, that is a guy actually holding a small naked child, by the way, and he's going to throw it into what? The flames of fucking hell. This is not on, is it? What the fuck? Yeah, so he's going to what? Obviously kill it, and the other ones one at a time. So this is the way you would watch in 1914 if you went to the cinema. I don't know what people were thinking. Like, is this all right, Harry? It seems a bit off. I don't know what's going on. I love this feeding small children into like basically Babylonian god. And do you know that thing they show you in all of the old? I'll show you one later. I'll show you these later on old artworks. They show you this demonic face, and I seen it on Lincoln Cathedral as well, only 2 weeks ago. And they're literally calling the people into this place. It's like death place. Absolutely freaky. So many extras involved as well. And the statues are massive. The buildings are massive. And they look quite authentic, the people as well. You know, I noticed they're not all dressed the same. You know, them ladies just then had different gowns on. So like they killed it in like dressage. No two are the same, look. Which is uncanny for movies. Usually fucks it all up. Bit full-size elephants. So yeah, it's all to shit. As you can see, they're doing a lot of sacrificing, and this is what you watched in 1914 when you went to the cinema. No questions asked. And I think it's all in there, that film. Reset, what they're doing, the children, Moloch, the whole fucking thing is in this film. Cabiria, which I will share if you want to watch it later. Okay, this is groovy. You excited? Are you excited? 745 of you. Can you share this video out? Otherwise, you're going to miss the giantage. Oh, yes. No, I think this is good evidence, this is, guys. So it's a book of medical stuff, okay, from the Middle Ages. It's like, ooh. Oh, excuse me. I think this one's 1500s. I did see it. I just wanted to find out. By here, it's German and bollocks. But anyway, so in the Middle East, right on top by the Middle German that we're looking at. I717. 717. So yeah, let's check some of these weird ass images out. So apparently this is like medical stuff in the past. So if you've got like a little touch of the Rona, they're a little bit less extreme in that day and age than they are now with the ventilator. I only went in for an ingrowing toenail. Yeah, there it is there. So you got to watch out for. You go into them hospitals, man. They can just spin that fucking chair around. You go in for a fill-in. You end up with a trapping in. Yeah. So apparently this was normal practice back in the day. You had a bit of a migraine, but that's okay. You just drill a fucking brain out, your brain out. Take a bit out. You won't notice. Some people exist on just a sliver of brain, and they're geniuses. You know that. I don't think the brain does the thinking bit anyway. They say they're using a small part of your brain. I think it's out there. I think all the information's out there. I think we know everything about everything. I think the universe just is gently caring for us and letting us know a little bit at a time, so as not to shock our asses, because all of this is going to be quite shocking, don't you think? So yeah, they got like giants coexisting apparently in this period. So what's he doing there? He's cauterizing a wound, maybe. Ooh, that's a bit high up. So yeah, the cauterizing works. We'll give him that. That's something. What's this one doing? Oh, okay. Ooh, okay. Instrument de army. Oh, I get that bit. So yeah, you see them in a model day. I guess he's had a broken arm or something. I guess. What about this? What about this? Okay. Apparently, there's a bit of a thing. I want my leg longer, maybe. Or maybe that's just setting his broken leg. So setting a broken leg machine. All right, and dig that. Okay. Okay, nothing unusual happening just yet, except this. It's like, okay, this is a kid working the set your broken leg machine. No, he seems to be an adult, doesn't he? So that's a big fucking leg. His foot's as big as his head. He's a giant. Because, like, giants are supposed to be coexisting. Ooh, big leg. Let's investigate big leg. See what we can find out. Okay, so some sort of automated prosthetic. Sort your leg out if you actually get it crushed in a random cat accident. Okay, what else is happening in the medical world? Okay, we're just having I think that might be just listening or something. I don't know. There's a big battle going on in the background. Difficult to determine. Oh, he's taking an arrow out. Such a silly sausage. You're supposed to push it all the way through. So where these implements go or get pushed, I do not know. They look a bit uncomfortable. This is for hair tongs, obviously. Nice detail. Don't know. Don't like the look of that hooky fucking one. Okay. So, fixing the giant's legs, because they are about in this period. So, giant pop by. Okay. Yeah, giant pop by. Strap his leg up because he's had his leg broke by a load of small people bullying giants because they're chilling. Yeah. So, what gives, dude? And he broke his leg. Yeah. It's a thing at this period. Apparently. What's that one do? It's got the word die on it. I think I understood that one. Okay, break free your leg bonding. So okay, he's doing an arm stretchy thing. Okay. Okay. Any more giantage? No, there's Jesus dude. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Let's have a little look at this one. What's going on? What's going on? Ooh, it looks like he's having a shit of a time. He's had his hand chopped off. Fucking hell. He's another one who only went in for no ingrowing toenail. Span that table round. Okay, let's have a look at this. Oh shit. I think he's got a dose. I think it was given to him by a flying, screaming banshee lizard thing. His wife's on at him. He's come on with a dose. I know what you're saying. You're saying that is that biblical character, Jobage. But I don't think so. I think it's a random dude in a medical journal. Like this guy, he's like, do you think it's the Rona? Well, they haven't got masks on. You've possibly got a bit of shit that he's thinking on selling. So I think it might be a bit up, mate. You need a bit of this. It's 50 quid, sort your ass right out. No more Rona, no more hottie. But it is like 60 degrees in here. That could be a problem. So yeah, these things, you're going to see them in railings, you're going to see them in casts, and you're going to see them in, car tires even. You're going to see them in symbols for industry, commerce, everywhere. Are Solomon sigils, and these are supposed to be the original Solomon sigils. Why they know what they look like when he's supposed to be from far off antiquity is beyond me. But what we know is they are electrical circuitry in the matrix. Angels and demons are electrical forces in the matrix. And we're with Smith as well. I'm noticing this as well. When you're us, call it what you will, devil or evil will jump into them, like Agent Smith jumps into ordinary people. So knowing that, I'm sort of getting to the point now. It's like, I don't think it's wise to actually, sort of fraternize with the enemy. It's not to put a finer point on it, guys. It's just I'm feeling something really fucking odd from them. And this is a big part of it, guys. There's no doubt in my mind that the Vatican have witches. There's no doubt in my mind that this is a part of it. It's a science. It's an electrical science, as you can see. They are like symbols for piezoelectric forces, but all of these L's, EL, electric, on the front of so many godages' names, aren't there? Elo, him, ELO, him, electric is him. Solomon, how many can you think of with EL? I don't know, my brain just gone actually, but it's funny how they got like the all-seeing eye, the pyramids, Masonic symbols, and also a a Maltese cross. So I'm thinking that when they show you these things, they are partly Solomon sigils as well, packing a punch. And obviously you've seen this little one before. Okay. Packing a punch in the geometrics. So that's why we're not going to stare at them too long. I'm just letting you know. Pass them on to you in the links below if you want to take a look at them. Spooky stuff. So let's have a take and decode of some antiquity. These are pretty groovy. Dug these up in my collections. And this one's of His Majesty Prince Bollocks Roy Casimir of Poulon in France. Anyway, we don't give a fuck who he is. He's one of them. But check out the stuff that's going on in this image. Talking about coding. It blew my mind to see how much was going on. It was like, what? So first of all, you got all these uncool dandy boys doing whatever. Don't even matter, does it? But check this out. It's an almanac of all the elites. Oh, so you've got January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Got the full 12 months here. And whoever his name is in. Like Ruffin. Marty Ruffin. So, elites. Royals given the crown, the corona. And they're all showing it coming from high, as if it's supposed to be like God ordained, or like I didn't have the memorandum of God, right? Or see the, you know, actually anything about like, you should go into this realm, forgetting everything, being ruled by some iffy bloodline, all into bread, keeping their like blood pure, even though it's like completely insane as a result, as we all know. Determining whether they're even human, even. There's all Father Time there. Oh, that's a nice touch. He's got a flower, so not all bad. So yeah, we're in an amnesiac state and we're remembering. Okay, so maybe I know I keep saying I didn't sign up for this shit, but you know, maybe I actually did somewhere and I don't even know, because you know, I got to go back again, sort that shit out, and all that trouble I made the last time, and sort that shit out. And that's what I think I'm doing, yeah. Sorting that shit out. They're building a star fort here, look. With empty plaques. Well, actually, it looks like it's just there again. So there you are. Give the royal under the dome. What's happening above the dome is a load of their tech. Faceless Knight. Scepters. Wow. Medusa tech. Always with the Medusa tech. Fiery breathing dragons. And she's got a scythe. And always with the juggage hanging out. You are. Let's crown this numpty. And as a result, fuckloads will die. And of course, the turn up of the Phoenicians out of the water, always. And that one's from I672. Isn't it weird how all of the royals of all of the world are all going through the same palaver with the Phoenicians? All from the sea. Here's another example of them crushing, apparently, Mohammed. Okay, they got a real problem in this picture with Mohammed, apparently, from what I have found. So you got the triumph of illegal bullshit, and says here something about Mahomet. Okay, so you got some purple, looks like a bird, but it can't be a bird because they don't do birds. Right, we'll start at the top. Bird is female. All CNI plasma discharge, and you've got the fish head, the dove, and what looks like a female, because it's like pretty eyes, so it doesn't even look like a male. They don't have female priests in the Vatican. Anyway, so we got religion there. So Jesuka, and is Jesuka bringing any trouble with religion? Oh, only Zeus's fasces, of course. And who is Zeus's fasces killing? Somebody who's not in the Jesus Club. Mohammed, apparently, is getting a laser beam with a fasces. So did you have a trial? Did we actually know, you know, what all this shit is about? Because, like, you know, I'm seeing a problem with this, you know, actually not knowing what actually, if anything, he's done wrong. He's got loads of feathers. He's F-ether in it. Are you F-ether in it? Are you fuckery? Who's more with nature, Mr. F-ether or Mr. I got fuck all but a fish head? My point exactly. You know, this case needs looking at a little bit closer. See the Jesuit sign there on her angel wingage. Wonky sword. Okay, that one goes flamey. We know this. The fleur-de-lis. And another guy who's also getting stepped on because he's a blasphemer, an institution of blasphemer. Blasphemer! I got called a blasphemer as well. I've been called a blasphemer actually loads. But I ain't got a problem with that because, like, fuck yeah. So what's happening down here? Is it more misery brought on by religion? You know, don't look too good. There's another almanac and a lot of crying and stepping on a mask, eh? What's happening in the shield? What, you telling me that shield has actually got all that engraved in it? No, that's more like a viewer, isn't it? And you're seeing what? Oh dear. Should go down. Anyone we know? Ooh. Thunderbolts of the gods, eh? The old plasma discharge, Zeusage thing going on. So yeah, that's not nice, is it? Yeah. That's not a fair trial. I'd like to know what go on there. Thank you. So more coolness. These are from really early period. I'm going to give to you 2, but they're in beautiful color. I won't go through them all, but I tell you what, there's nothing stranger than religion. Okay, 2 swords. So these are way early, but the same sort of theme of religion. This looks like some sort of angel turning up. But you get some weird stuff going on, as you will see here. Oh, let me blow it up a bit for you. Okay. All right, let's see what's strangeness going on here. So there's someone doing a Baphomet, and underneath is children with, naked people with swords sticking in them. Okay, fasces is the held arrows. Okay, so we got some different houses. Like the royals have different houses. We'll look at one now. Shortly, the House of Bourbon. What a bunch of flunts they all are. So what? This menorah type candle affair makes little stars above it. And what's with this? You got a sword through your head. Is this? It's on his back. They're little rockets, aren't they? Behold, this guy's got big keys. So what do you reckon the keys are for, guys? The Vatican's biggest thing is keys. What do you think's going on? Keys to start the machine. We are ghosts in the machine, guys. There's no doubt in my brain whatsoever at the moment. High possibility that we're dead. Or somewhere else. In that other place that Michael Talbot was talking about. Because this place is malleable. It can be changed overnight. Just by doing something like exposing their secrets. Or talking about deep truths that they don't like. There's that Moloch again, look. It's even in here. Wow. Do you see what I mean, guys? There it is. So you've got the same thing going on with, ooh, thanks God. Sorted, mate. Give me a sword so I can fucking kill things. Totally nice of you. Yeah. And this thing, they just feed demons into it. The beast. The mark of the beast. And always with the portals. Even then with the portals, with different stuff happening. Like you get a view to another time or another dimension. Sound vibration, so causing the sea to get choppy, and maybe this is a volcanic eruption. What the hell is that? Is that helium? Helium? No, it's not H, is it? So yes, very weird. The world that went before us is all I can say, guys. And as for religion, it's totally fucked. They're talking about all the worst aspects of consciousness in this, like, whatever, night riding, smiling, lion stuff, killing a guy who's got a double-headed thing on his head. Nothing weird at all about this. Look, this guy's so cool. He can he's like Rambo, Night Rambo. I tell you what, Knights of the Round Table, fuck these right up, guys. I'm just saying, yeah. Lancelot, fuck them right up. So look at this, chewing his face off, loads of, and this one's got a face on its tail. This is really fuck stuff. I tell you what, if Tolkien had got hold of this book, Lords of the Rings would be much more funky. This is might be like an epic tale. There's Queen Elizabeth. What's she doing in the 1400s? Right, that's Sol, evidently, and there's something else going on around Sol, isn't there? Stella. So key comes from Stella. Nice one, Stella. And load of flying pigs. Pigs don't fly. Fucking hell, guys. That's Queen Elizabeth. Take a look at it. If you're in Britain, take a look at your pound coin. Shitski. She's talking about, she's been here before too. And whatever this sound, he's pointing at the sky, the sun and the moon in a disc. And nothing happening here because he's in some sort of void. Wow, can't get over that with Queen Elizabeth. That's freaky as fuck. So I'll have a look at a couple more. I'll pass this book to you. Don't spend too much time looking at it, but it is ancient. So there's a load of naked dudes here. What's going on? Okay. Is Jesus with a sword? I don't know. I'm not feeling something happy. He's going to go on there. Don't know why. Oh, no. Yeah, no. Dagger in the head. Enoch. Is that Enoch? Did Enoch get dug in the head by a dude on a... And I don't even want to know what that is. Cultures all collapsed. The buildings have all collapsed, and there's another wormhole. Keeps happening. More wormhole-age. More things coming through from another dimension. This one's coming through a watery portal, like Neo does in the new film. Even the sun's got a smiley face in a lot of these. You see that, don't you? The sun has got his hat on. People ask me daft questions. Do you think that the sun is a disc? I haven't got a clue what it fucking is. And at this stage of the game, I don't even think I care. The fuck? So, holding hands with something in a building in the sky. And then this thing shows up, which is like the Hydra out of the Book of Revelations, isn't it? Chopping off the heads of the beast. Well, I think we've had a few of them. But they've had the mark of the beast, haven't they? And we knew the New World Order was going to come and do this. We knew all along. If you're in the truthers, fucking hell, you've known for years that this shit was coming down. But the style and the genius of, you know, exploiting the common cold and now a natural event, which will be their CC 33 climate change bollocks, which is next, and all other weird stuff. Like creating media shortages. They just say something on the internet, knowing everyone's double fucking retarded, will go off and buy a load of shit, make sure that everyone who's not retarded and didn't go out and panic buy, have fuck up. Because they're muppets. Because completely stupid and fucking selfish. Ooh, they got a devil dog head on the throne here, guys. Double dog dare you. Ooh, something going on here. Oh, I don't know if I like the look at that. Anyway, let's move on. Nothing stranger than reality, as you well know. Could it be a lie? It's just an illusion. Could it be a lie? Whoa, check that out. That's Twippy. Ooh. It's just an illusion. Could it be a lie? In all this confusion, oh, let's boil them up together. Bit of carrot, salt, pepper, seasoning. So, looks like there was a whole load of fuckery going down around that time. Anyway, I've had enough of that now. Okay, body is easy. Okay, there's a lion. Ugh. Okay, my short attention span has gone to its very fucking limit. This is another freaky one, but I won't go through it all because, as I said, my attention span is like stretched. So, it's a really interesting title, I thought. It's okay. It's Antarctica, whatever this, Trip to... That is 6 heartfelt German physiological trustees that the second of which were described from an early age. So it's basically a Middle Ages book from 1625 that is showing us shit that went before, is what I'm trying to say, or what he's trying to say. So just have a look at shit went before and see what they got. Big beehives and a mud flat reset world is what you get, guys. Okay, as I will show you now. And a lot of more alchemical clothing. Excuse me, let me bring some of these up. And these are alive and kicking, apparently. Unicornage. Unicorns, which you don't get at the moment for some reason. So yeah, really old this. So lions, which seem a lot tamer in the past. There's a lot of stuff written on here, isn't there? Might be good to go through this with more time. Because it's a really early one. And it's been fucked around with. So dragons, again. Even in this period, still haven't existing. Weird, weird, weird. Giant snails. Yep, you get them. I've seen them a lot in the last few weeks, funnily enough. So, wow, this is some really old stuff. And some kingage hanging around in his happy hut with his orb and his scepter, very, very lonely, with his favourite sturgeon standing on a creature, a zoomorphic creature, which you do. And then fry your alligator, or whatever it is. So, like I said, guys, the Middle Ages is freaky and they're nothing to do with us. Somebody's been decoding this. I don't know. So yeah, it's what they think the older world is even then. So this is like, could be from the older world, all I know. Whole thing looks fucked to nations. Look at the difference with these angels as well. Their clothes. And this person's looking in his mouth for some reason, seeing if there's anything hiding in there. It's probably not a dental issue. It's probably like, I think I'm possessed. Open your mouth. Let's see if I can see it. I don't think it works like that. You have to identify the name of the demons in the first place. So, talking about demons, the royal families are all fucked. Look at these. So Phoenician, it's hard to believe. These are the Bourbons, another religious dynasty related to Medicis, etc. And here's Mama and Papa Queenage. Okay. Holding on to that log. He's got a scepter. He's not doing Obi at this time. But he's stepping on someone's head, which is always the thing. So let's follow their family tree. So what you all find is they all got this. See the nose? The Phoenician nose? All of them got it. Yeah, all of them got it. So I'm afraid I don't recognize a lot of the Bourbons. Check his happy hat and a little tashage. Yeah, they don't look too bad, them two. What about these two? There's Anne. Oh, they got that conch going on, haven't he? You know, Phoenician thing. You look like the other one. There's a fleur-de-lis happening. Oh, that looks like a bit of true love going on there. Look, guys. He's looking all gazing at her, all loving, like, you know. I like you. Oh, I love your Brian. Oh, not so much with them two. He's got that little tash going on. Oh, fucking hell. They didn't do too well then once. Oh, there's more going on, yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm guessing he had really, really bad eyesight. Let's have a look at the bottom lot. Quite enjoying this. Okay. Let's have a look at the bourbons. I wonder if anyone's actually drinking a bourbon or eating a bourbon. I wonder if anyone's dunking a bourbon. Do you know what a bourbon is? It's a biscuit in Britain. If you don't know, you're in America land. We have strange brown biscuits. Chocolate-like, but not really. Ooh, I'm a little teapot, short and spout. Yeah, there's loads like you in the modern day. You look a bit like Charles. Yeah, you'd like Andrew. He's one of your lot. You wouldn't like Andrew. Oh, I don't know. You probably might. So look at you. Oh, yeah. Look at his little ringlets. They're not his own. That's a fucking wig. Yeah, that's a wig. Yeah. Ooh, look at this. She looks exactly like one of the Today royal family. They're definitely got to be related to these Bourbons. Ugh, the little kid got a moustache. That's creepy. Well, it would be creepy if your kid came out, your son, like with like a beard and a moustache and a deep voice. Saturday night, fancy game of soccer. Yeah, all right, fucking hell. Now, are you ready for time? 700 odd of you watching. Thanks for joining. Happy Flatterday. We're gonna have a little think about humorous things in life and not take life too seriously because that is shit and no fun whatsoever. And if you know about flat with British things, we like happy things. Right. Never a truer word said. The Ladybird Burka thieving bastards. There they are. And they want more and more. It doesn't matter anyway, because all money's made up. They just prove fiat currency is a load of wank when they've printed all the money in the world. Anyway. Ooh. The Girl with a Passion for Her Hobby by Fanny Ryder. Obviously, there's a different thing in America. That Fanny is. It's different in Britain. I don't want to go into too many details. Use your imagination. She was given her hobby horse as a child and delighted in riding it every day. Now, as a young woman, she rides it harder than ever before. Okay, sometimes you keep forever. I wonder if this is like a secret they don't tell us about, boys. Yeah, for hobby horses and stuff. Feasible, looking at that. Sweet brow and lady stash. Check this out. This is what a Mediterranean climate and too much olive oil could do to you. Okay. So eventually, a load of hair. Is that a scrap of newspaper stuck in your ass by Lou Rawls, nightclub owner, and so damn picky? So so you run out of toilet paper, so you cut up the newspapers into little squares. Yeah, that's happened to me. Don't go into details. Anyway, Old MacDonald had Tourette's. E-I-E-I cunt. Yeah, that might get you in trouble if you used to sing that. If your children are here, please don't sing that in school. Yeah, sing that in school. You like it. Nice cock. Yeah, well, I wouldn't go so far as to say nice. Twippy. Yeah. Nice. Well, yeah. I'm sorry I slapped you, but you didn't seem to like you would ever stop talking, and I panicked. Now that happens to me. Yeah, that happens to me literally. If there's a person like who's like, talking a lot, like I might like just spontaneously clout you in the ear. Yeah, it might be a pressure. You might feel some pressure. All of a sudden, that will be me. Okay, panicking in case you don't stop fucking talking. Anonymous, have fun. Ladybird book. I'm guessing clowns practice this in front of the public, which is clown business. I don't know too much about it. It brings mental sunshine. So in the past, you could score at your drugstore, a bottle of Satanic for all the world, and it brings mental sunshine. So I don't exactly know what's in it. It's probably like Satan juice, a little bit of Satan spit or something. But it relieves you from colds, indigestion, rheumatism, nervous troubles, headaches, gets you out of your face. It doesn't say that, but I reckon it does. Otherwise, what would be the point in buying Satanic? Anyway, Ladybird book of visitors. The lesbians from next door are giving your father a hat on. Don't let him in. Yeah, hide. Don't let him in. Anyway, Ladybird book of people at work. The ever cheerful cleaner smiling at the stupid business bastards. See, there's a chick I can dig. Yeah, she's thinking, what a wanker. That guy actually thinks that he's fucking chocolate and he's a twat. And he just dragged all mud through my floor because he's more of a twat. Yeah, so they're all like that, guys. They're pussies and the twats. Biden, the quicker fucker-upper. Indeed. As you'll see later on in this vlog, Biden has extended upon his hair sniffing stuff. He's going further afield, I'm afraid. Hair sniffing is an addiction, guys. That can't be cured with anything at all. Apparently. There he is. Yeah, so Biden's moved up in the world and now he's sniffing Taliban hair. Apparently, it's like cheesing. It's like cheesing, yeah. You get addicted to sniffing Taliban hair. Apparently, it's all coconutty and quite nice. Apparently, it tickles your nose. I don't know. I'm not saying I go around sniffing Taliban hair, guys. Yeah, because that would be stupid and weird. But I'm saying Biden does. Biden stiffy. Lads of the Rings. Did you ever read this? Yeah, the morbidly obese prelude to Lord of the Rings. We see it has to put on waitresses. I don't know what that is, but Gollum's already skinny, but you's merry, been eating all the elfin bread, the fat bastard. We seen you steal the... No, it wasn't Gollum. It wasn't Gollum. It was you, Merry, you little bastard. All right, that may have been a bit wicked of me, I admit, guys. Okay, it was Gollum. Okay, Mary, don't cry. Don't cry. Okay. And the angel said unto him, stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. But lo, he could not, for the angel was hitting him with his own hand. Yeah, that happened to me. That exactly happened to me once. Only the once. So. The Christian, you're a painting. Can I have a look? No, fuck off. I'm the son of God. Oh, come on. Just one little peeky, weeky. No, fuck off. I'm the son of God. I can't do that, Mary. You can't do that. When did I realize I was God? Well, I was praying and I suddenly realized I was talking to myself. Quite so. What? Nailed it. Lord, I'm drowning. Nice to meet you, drowning. Oh, kindness is abundance. Jesus, save me. PG. JPEG or PDF? JPEG probably lasts longer. Dad, it's been more than 2,000 years. Don't you think I should show myself? Fine. But you can only appear as on burnt toast, dog butts and Cheetos. And that's the reality. Or they should have, God, you should have added clouds, because I know people have seen him in clouds as well. But yeah, definitely dog's bums, burnt toast and Cheetos. Yeah, we've all eaten a Jesus Cheeto. Felt so unspecial by it all. But good news is he's signing copies. Not sure how he pulled it off, but they're selling in this shop signed copies of the Holy Bible. Signed copy, guys. Signed by God, innit? Yeah, that must be worth a few squillion. I know. Boo! Whoa, you sure got me, God. When God thinks he jump scared you, but you don't want him to burn in hell for eternity, so you play along. So I do that sort of thing. I do exactly that. Boo! Well, you sure got me, God. Let's feel sorry for him. He needs help and stuff, yeah. After all, it's got a bit weird. Hey, I just came to bring back that nail gun I borrowed. Turns out I really can't handle it. Pinhead, me and you got a lot in common. Yeah. Pinhead, stay away from chainsaws, buddy. Okay, you need them legs and that arm and the willy. Just saying. Yeah, I know. I'll tear your soul to tiny bits of paper and make a model. Otter. The Otter World. So yeah, it's a crap book cover, but I'll tell you a story, right? I went into an Indian restaurant once. I was like, can I have a chicken tikka? He said, don't you mean chicken tikka? No, man, I want a chicken tikka because they're otter. Boom, boom. Never mind. My pussy belongs to daddy. Now, this is awkward, I admit, but it is an excuse for me to get fairly reasonable breasts and a pussy. Okay. On album. Oh, you interpreted it differently, didn't you? Yeah, I know. Well, this world is so fucked. Anyways, by Beacon Records. Let's have a look what records that we have on there. My pussy belongs to daddy. Okay. Sadie's still got a rag on. Oh. I want a man to give me some luck. I can't see how that would work. I tried it everywhere. She sits among the cabbages and the peas. Don't give me no goose for Christmas, Grandma. No, fuck that goose. Want turkey. I'm not called turkey. Forgot his rubbers. Oh, he forgot his rubbers. Hey, Mr. Iceman. I'm not sure what that is. Things are soft for Grandma. And since Grandma's 44th and Tony's got hot nuts. So that's the Christmas album they used to play in the family in 1970, whatever. No one's and everyone's proper mental. Nice cat, by the way. What the fuck fact, okay? In Elizabethan England, the word nothing was slang for female genitalia. The title of the Shakespeare play, Much Ado About Nothing, is a double entendre. I do not think that is the case. Is that true? Nothing means fannies. So I ain't got nothing. Squirt does its thing. Yeah, they didn't think that up too much. That is not actually right. So yeah, that's My Pussy Belongs to Daddy. Yeah, that's a really weird fucking album title. Did you think they think that out? I do not know. So back to historical study time. You may find this interesting, probably fake as shit, but I'm into graphology and I'm into reading people's handwriting. Beware. Okay. This is apparently by Queen Elizabeth I. Okay. I dug this up in British Library, and apparently she ain't happy. She thinks everyone wants to fucking kill her. Well, maybe Mary Queen of Scots. Okay. So I'll make an attempt to read 500-year-old English. Okay. It looks pretty English, and it looks pretty like I could. Okay. My loving people who I have been persuaded by some, whose some name, Lizzie, to be careful of my safety, to take heed of how committed I am myself to armed multi something for I'm not sure what that is. F could be an S. Anyway, I'm not sure. But I tell you that I would not defy to live to diffuse my faithful and loving people. Let's have a look. To rants of could be scare. But anyway, it goes on to say that she wants the goodwill of her subjects because they don't trust her anymore, and that she thinks she's going to be murdered. It says further down by here. So I'll pass that to you. You can have a link of it yourself. I can't establish, and is that the handwriting of a lady? It seems to be flowing, and it's got a bit of creativity to it, especially with this year. So yeah, nobody liked her and everyone wanted to kill her. I wonder why that fucking was. So I got some more to share with you here. What's the time? We're looking at 10:45. Oh, that's cool. Of Persia. Only Persia's meant to be in a desert, isn't it? Mesopotamia, etc. But Iran, Iraq. But what you find is fantastic in Persia. This green is in a golden era. You have angel ladies, topless, dancing, and everyone's like, you know, angely, peacock feathers, all enlaced in gold, more peacocks, and a lot more angels bringing stuff down. So it's a bit like the Phoenician thing, isn't it? And you got the peacocks. See if we can see some parallels, which we will. So they got a lot of magic going down, and it's beautiful in this early Persian book. So they got some giant here. Obviously, he's a damn sight bigger than these little people carrying him. He needs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 people carrying him. He needs a charwalla to keep him cool. And the umbrella's doing sweet fuck all. So that's something else. He's holy. He's reading a book. And he's massive. Because he's giant. It's a godly giant going on. They got some cannonade going off. Is that Starfort? Yeah, could be. So, quite a celebration going on, isn't it? For the giant king age. And a sacred elephant and a procession. Okay, so we got a giant king age. Not bad, not bad. So we do suspect the ruling classes to be giants in the past. Ooh, nice color. Look at the color. So yeah, green. And these are, if I'm not mistaken, deciduous trees, like the type you get in Britain, which means they're determined by season, which means they lose their leaves in the fall. So that doesn't happen anymore in Persia. It's trapped in a subtropical deserty climate where, yeah, blades of grass, except in the mountains and stuff, are as rare as rocking horse shit. Is this a dragon? So they're out fighting dragons. Beautiful color in these. Absolutely gorgeous for such an early period as well. Right, let's have a look. Persia in the past. Whoa, trippy. Beautiful. Imagine that music. I bet it sounds fantastic. All the drums, the pipes. Cool. He's a big fucker, isn't he? He looks got one of them holy things going on. What's this? What's this? Look at her eyes. I'm not sure. Pixie dust. Maybe it's pixie dust. That's it. You can fly later. What about Tinkerbell? She's a fairy, isn't she, on Peter Pan? But it's tink like a bell. That's the sound a bell makes. Tink like a bell. So what else is going down? Water. Maybe. Oh, he's a giant, isn't he? He's definitely a giant. He's having a super bong because he's super giant. Yeah, he's about 16 times fucking bigger than her. So I would safe to presume he is a giant. So he's a giant too. Unless these blokes are just massive. Don't know. There's another holy dude on an elephant. Is he a giant? Don't know, because the elephant's so big. Wow. Everything is so fine. Green hills. Something seriously bad's happened there since this day and age, that's for sure. I'm going to squish through a few. I don't know what's happening here. I can link this all up as soon as I finish this vlog, guys. Somebody smashed their head in and blood's all coming out. There's the weapon, a mallet. And she's crying. He did it. He did it. Yeah? He's like, you give me away, you bastard. But you can see he's dodgy looking, hiding behind a bush. Ooh. Ooh, we got a bit of stuff going down. Let's have a look. Maybe this murdering bastard's going to do some more stuff. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. So they got the gun. They got the gun. And some honeys by the watering hole. Here, holy person, partaketh of this special water. Which it would be, by the way, in that green and pleasant land with deciduous trees that's meant to be Persia. Looks like there's an army coming. So yeah, things have definitely changed in the Middle East and what they call the Fertile Crescent. No doubt about it. Let's squeeze through a bit more. Because of the old time aspect, I will link these up to you because I can't spend all time looking at millions of pictures, but these are a delight because of the colour. Wow. Wouldn't it be brilliant if you had like basically musicians following you around? I would love it. As long as it was funky music, like didgeridoo, or just good tune. You know, have a theme tune for life. I would love a theme tune for life. That would be brilliant. You know, to fit each occasion, like, you know. That'd be really wicked. I could take that. So anyway, moving on. So I've been studying these as well. We've all seen cryptids many, many times on Flat Earth British. So they are zoomorphism, okay? It's a Greek term meaning animal and meaning to shape or form. But they say in a context of art is zoomorphism. I think there's something more going on. You know, what about Rumpelstiltskin? Is it his skin? Are they saying that he's a shapeshifter? Are some of these animal by nature? And if we seen them in their true self, would they appear to us in an animalistic form? Look at that thing. Wow. Urdu script. That's where you put joss sticks. All about spiritual practices in these ancient times with joss sticks, everything else. But yeah, you see this all the time, don't you, with the Phoenician fish and everything else. But, you know, I definitely think it was a part of our reality. I think there was one of these times in the past, one of these resets when animal people, like the dog heads, were walking around. So yeah, somebody turned me this on in comments or email and said, take a look at this. Okay, so it's Cymraglyphics, cipher, and on my community page, I posted a quote from this. It's not the Holy Bible, it's from hieroglyphics, but the beauty of it is this guy who wrote it, K.R. Broadstock, was friends or I'm not actually sure of his connection, but he knew the famous Welsh historians Wilson and Brackett, and he knew about the alternative Welsh history. But what he did was he looked at hieroglyphics and he gave each a Welsh word, and they actually found out what all of these translations means. So Arthur Ross Broadstock demonstrates how the key to deciphering Egyptian hieroglyphics is not the Coptic language, it's Welsh. This amazing discovery allows ancient pictographs to be studied as never before, revealing more of the historical background of the Old Testament. And some of these sayings are absolutely fantastic out of it. Okay. Now, I've covered this before. Look, Tav, like Tavistock. It's devils. I am the Aleph, I am the Tav, the beginning and the ending. So that's what it says in Jesus, I am the beginning and I'm the end. Says Yahweh or Elohim, okay, which is and which was and which is to come. And this one I thought was amazing. For they shall behold the world which is now invisible to them, and shall behold the time which is now hidden from them, and shall no longer age them. By this Baruch. And I actually quite dug that, if I'm honest with you. There's more here. So yeah, Welsh deciphering, and there's an actual few things on YouTube you might be able to find out about this if you are interested. It talks about reset. It talks about everything that we actually talk about. I find it absolutely fascinating. That came from what is Welsh, and I am Welsh, although I don't speak Welsh. Right. Talking of Tavistock Institute, guys. Talking of Tavistock Institute. Let's have a look at some Tavistock Institute album covers. Primarily the Beatles. Okay, let's have a little think about the Beatles. So when was it okay in reality to have a album cover where the Beatles are laughing laughing their heads off with dolls that look like babies in bits, with all bits of meat to make it look like they've been mutilated, and that's comical, is it? Oh, right. Well, in my brain, that's completely satanic and fucking weird. Maybe I'm just missing something. And then you got Sergeant Pepper's, haven't you, with all of the Tavistock Institute's people on there, which is Aleister Crowley, which is, as you can see, Marilyn Monroe, with the very conspicuous absence of Elvis Presley. And they even show you the two Beatles, obviously the Mop Tops, Brian Epstein's Nice Boys of 1964, who are not the same Beatles as these hippie fucking tripped out dudes of 1967. You can see the transformation, I guess, in like Rubber Soul, their first psychedelic, when they've gone from Mop Tops a little bit longer. 1966 this is, but another clue, isn't it? Rubber Soul, about grounding, isn't it? And if you know about phonetics or Masonic symbols, help, they do in semaphore here, as you can see, help, okay? But it's also a Masonic meaning to it. The umbrellas, well, we talk about them. I've even covered umbrellarology. What else have we got? Okay, so they blacked out the one side of the face, so you only see one eye. So again, with the all-seeing eye, the one eye that these fuckers do. So what you find is you're going to get it with all of the main bands that defined our music, actually, guys, unfortunately. Yellow Submarine, is that a true story? Octopus's Garden? Well, that block of flats they went to like in 1967, and they go there years later, the same block of flats, pretending they're exactly the same people when they look nothing like them. Turn on your mind, relax, and plug downstream. It is not dying. It is not dying. So there he is, for one of the many. So I can't say that I didn't dig the Beatles. I did. I really, really, really did dig the Beatles when I was young. More John Lennon, actually. I was more in the camp of thinking that these were okay dudes and that the Rolling Stones were satanic because the Hells Angels were into them and somebody got killed at Almond. So I thought, yeah, the Rolling Stones, simply for the devil. Yeah, they're the demonic ones. I don't think the Beatles are, because I was like, didn't know, basically, of how wrong they really, really were. I think they had their involvement in murder and everything else that goes along with it. And what about poor old Bon Scott, eh? There was no way they were going to let that guy live, guys. There's just no way. He was a liability. He was carefree, and they had to get rid of him. Bon Scott, AC/DC. So anyway, who else we got is Led Zeppelin. Tell us more about reality than anybody, I think. Look at this. You listen to The Rover on Physical Graffiti. Fucking Reset song. They sing so many. When the levee breaks, if it keeps on raining, the levee's going to break. They show us the Hindenburg disaster. They show us endless Zeppelins and air balloons. Why is that? Mothership. Check this out. It's like that arrows facing in, the triangle. It's that Big Brother theme, isn't it? Even the colors as well. For like a nasty dystopian thing. So I never got the cover of this one. This guy's just carrying sticks in a frame, or even this one was fucked up. Yeah, I had this album as a kid. I was like, this is fucked up. But then in the Phoenician thing, blonde, all of them, children coming out of the water. The Phoenician paradigm, the Phoenician thing, isn't it? And then they're dressed in like American Civil War type stuff, or all world clothes in that album cover. So I think that was Houses of the Holy. And then they pushed the Globe agenda in the early days, dressed as astronauts, looking actually gone off about it all. And the Man in the Moon thing in the background, which was a fictitious movie, as I posted before, with the missile in its eye. So quite, giving it a parody, really. So yeah, lots of clues with the music of physical graffiti. Oh, excuse me. Which you can see there is a residential block in New York, which is a wicked mud flooder. Seen it all my fucking childhood and never knew all about it. And even on the Great Estates, you get the crop circle as well, which has a key on it. So yeah, they tell us plenty, no doubt about it. Well worth a decode, no doubt about it. And who else is there? Pink Floyd. So I'm no longer into Roger Waters after what he's been up to. They tell us everything in the wall, no doubt about it. It'd be just a little pinprick. There'll be no more, but you may feel a little sick. Can you stand up? I do believe it's working. Good. That'll keep you going for the show. Come on, it's time to go. So endless beds on a beach. What would be that context, guys? Endless single hospital type beds on a beach. Waiting for who to come out of the water? Exactly. And you get the division bell. And we talk about these are the bell stone heads. And we talk about the division bell or the bell quite often, don't we? And the deal done with, I guess, the devil. So this is Hollywood Studios, Wish You Were Here cover, and the businessman doing a handshake with the stuntman who's on flames. But the prism as well on Dark Side of the Moon, but echoes. Okay, fabulous album. And I only noticed in recent times that it's a year hole, a year underwater with the waves, the waveforms and ripples. And also, I guess, Relics is a good clue as well, an earlier album. This one, I think they're showing us Tataria. They had literally a concert here. They had the pig floating above it when they played in Wembley. It's the Battersea Power Station. This place is impossibly big. It's hard to even describe how fucking big this thing is, this power station. Smack near the middle of London. This big, massive, ugly fucking thing. But it's that theme of architecture, slightly, I guess, Art Nouveau, but not really. It's that Gothic feel to it, and I think this is like them showing us again the Tavistock Relics as well. They show us this steampunky theme, and a lot of the tracks on Relic, Atom Art Mother as well. I don't know if you know that album. Massive clues. What about Piper at the Gates of Dawn? Set the controls for the Heart of the Sun. Guys, they're just telling us. Atom Art Mother is a fabulous album, by the way. Pulse, this concert, they have the eye in a screen in the concert, the whole concert of Pulse, and it's literally a portal, like the eye. They've got a black hole, but this is the eye. They know more than they're telling us. They must know, these musicians, a lot of them, if they're intelligent enough to know what they're exactly doing. They must question their album covers. They must. And their newest one, this is the Flat Earth, the Endless River, and he's on a boat in the sky, on the clouds, and it's completely flat. Come on, guys, this is their newest album. This album got released since the Flat Earth Awakening. The final cut, it's the most depressing fucking album they made, like fucking Maggie Thatcher song, but still a classic. I don't force myself to listen to it, like hardly ever. I was going to have this poster here with all them women with all of the album covers painted on their bodies, but no room on my wall. So yeah, medal. So the Tavistock Institute, look at that, there it is, the full cover. Human year and all water, so it's underwater. Echoes is a clue as well. I mean, the actual thing, the echoes, like the reflections, like the membrane. Echo. Oh, and obscured by clouds. I don't actually see that. And who's obscured by clouds? The Phoenicians. I haven't seen that album yet, to be honest, at all, which is a classic and one of my favorites. Overhead, the albatross hangs motionless upon the air. Right, we move on. We're going to have some images now of the day. Flatterday to remember is what I've called my images of today. I love the 70s as well, Roger Higgins. They were absolutely epic. I loved all the music of the 70s. From beginning to end. I did have exceptions, obviously. So, yeah, this is an old coin from the old days. Got solace I can recognize, but I've seen this before, and it's a number game. And at the top, okay, you get 1, 1, 1. And you get what looks like a half there, a percentage, a half there percentage on the two outside bits. And at the bottom, where it says 2, you have 666. So you have 111 at the top, 666 at the bottom, half and a half here, and you have a number game. What would that designate? What would it be its meaning? Because I've seen exactly the same thing on artworks. There's loads of them. And what about this? I included this in my new book. It talks about the globe a little bit, the holy grail of the Great Reset and the bullshit of it all. So dig that the world's a stage, whoever their writer is, Bacon, it doesn't even matter, but whoever the Tavistock are at the time are writing for the person they call Shakespeare, okay? And he performs The Merchant of Venice, The Unspoken Play, fucking To Have or To Have Not, or Much to Do About Nothing, and all of these truths about our reality, because many of these are reset stories, by the way, and stories of power and corruption and the paradigm, and they're all performed in what? The Globe Theatre. And apparently, this is when it was on the South Bank in Suffolk, and they apparently overnight dismantled this thing, took it across the river, and rebuilt it in a night. Yeah. I'd like to see you do that in the modern day. Apparently, in this lovely little town in Germany, in June, J573, okay, so 573, okay, everyone went fucking nuts and ate everybody else while the whole world burned. Now, what could make people do such a thing? Well, I had a message last night, a Squirrel Sniper, who's in chat right now, patrolling like he does. And he said, fuck me, the internet's gone down, Matt, in England. And obviously there's that thing that's been going on with the fuel that Jellycan can get, by the way. Now, they're going to start to create media shortages, and because I know everyone's like a special kind of stupid, that they will panic buy and create shortages. So they're going to start doing that shit as the winter goes on. Now, imagine it all goes black. The internet goes off. Okay, they flicked a button, all the ATMs went off, all of the money that you used to get out of the machine, you can't get. And you can't go to the bank because they've got electric and all of the systems are down everywhere. What would people do? Well, I don't think it would take long, maybe a few weeks, for definitely the stupid people to descend to this sort of behavior if they had to go without food and stuff and they go mental because the chemist ain't open and they can't get drugs and everything else. They will just go like that. And they have in the past. There's your proof. Seen it loads, guys. So this is a bit of architecture in London. Yeah, grumpy Moses looking dude with two nasty looking dragons either side. But it's all toroidal, isn't it? You get the S and the S opposing one another. Electrical charge. And this is a nice old Dutch azimuthal equidistant. Interesting, this one. So they haven't got the land in the middle, but they do the ice around the outside, except for this bit here. So they got all ice Tell you what, here in the Southern Ocean by here, some remote islands, really remote. You got like Edward Island and well, stacks of little islands, really, really remote, hardly anywhere near anywhere. But anyway, so yeah, they show land, or is it an opening or something in the ice by here? It says F and a H. Shows like a gap in the ice. Here, a little bit of ice in front of it, but definitely a gap. Because they're not showing a continent, per se. Don't know what this white, it could be expanded ice, but Antarctica, they're showing, if it is, all around us on that Dutch map. So this is in the Arab world. I can't tell you the destination, but they seem to think that's Noah's tomb. People come and pay homage to it and kiss it and stuff. And it's a giant, because like they got that bit right. Noah's a giant, isn't it? So apparently they know where he is. I can't really say, oh, I wish they could open that box and show us a skeleton of a giant. That would be fan-fucking-tastic, but they won't. So this is the size of Noah. Adam was a big boy, 15-footer. They lived for like 800 years. It's nothing to do with like the sun and the moon and stuff. This is because this is how long we were living in another paradigm. Yeah, we've been like, they stole a civilization and hijacked the matrix, and we can hijack it back. We can take it back. Just learn how this thing works, guys. And I was 6 foot, if we're lucky. So, fall of man, indeed. So, something in Russia. It's a tomb. Oh, it looks like they're just not doing much about it, but it's definitely mud flooded. Don't know. So let's have a look a bit at the antique world, shall we? It's beautiful, it's clean, and like today, it's got trams, some lady perambulating, and they've got a power station at the end of the street, bit of a Greco-Romano temple, all deep mud flooders in this street. So where are we looking at? Hodges or Boons and Blessings. So we're looking in England somewhere. Hardly anyone around though. People got bicycles, but that's definitely before the advent of the motor car. Check this out for a crazy, crazy doorway. This is in Riga, in Latvia, which is almost Estonia. It's next door, by the way. What date are we looking on there? We're looking at I-577 to 1961, it says there. And that's in Riga. Crazy, crazy little bridge going on there. Also, crazy, crazy architecture. Absolutely beautiful Eastern Europe. These things going on. What's going on with the lampposts? Don't think that's to stop pigeons landing on them. Is there something coming up? What's these triangles here? Could be the photograph, is it? I guess so. God, look at all this going on that one. So, yeah. That is in the east as well. And Ostend. So I've been here fucking loads of times. Can't remember that, but can't remember hardly anything about my travels, really. I was off my head. Or working. Check that out. Now that do me. That's Japanese, is it? Yeah. Oh, that's too lovely, that would. Nice little rocks outside as well. And they're lovely, the colours of this time of year, guys. So, public conduits. And this one's in St. Dam's in Soho in London. And it's meant to be just like a lamppost. But you've got all of this caper. This thing coming up alongside on a stone plinth. So what's going on with that? Just to hold a lamppost. And the West Cheap Conduit, 1492, that was supposed to be made. And it's somewhere for people to get fresh water. I guess it's from under the ground. I don't know. But yeah, probably. But whoa, is that just like the effort made for something so simple? All of that just to get water up. All of that just for a lamppost. Yeah, these things just been repurposed. So, religious stuff. Let's have a look at what's going on. Again, that demon, everyone being fed into it to be munched, recycled. and a gaudy dude, again, 2 little angels either side, again. And he's holding some sort of cloth with little naked humans inside. It might be in a caring nature, guys. Let's not look into this too much. So let's see what shit went down in the medieval era. Well, he's got a massive happy hat. She's got horns, so she's got one of those hats on. They've all got weird happy hats on. Oh, I feel rather faint. Check the size of this ship. We've got a forecast, so it's like a full-size ship, but it's only a boat. Maybe they're really big. I don't know. Oh. Right, everyone looks really big. So I got this out of an old Middle Ages book of engravings. I just thought, like, it's weird how big the people are compared to the castle. It's like, he can't get in that little house, can he? And he can't get in these little houses, can they? Look at the windows. So why is everyone so big? Don't know. They got the odd statue. I wonder if all them statues got taken off of Lincoln Cathedral because they were lizards, lizard faces, or reptilian, or some other creature. Oh, we got Noah. He's got 2 of each creature, but apparently they're all awake and battering one another, which is what realistically would happen if they weren't in test tubes or in a suitcase or in DNA form or something. Suitcase would make much more sense. So what are you doing, God, dude? Just bringing you some lunch. Couple of babies on a spear. They're your favourite baby Q. And more little freaks standing on Roman pillars. But Mary and Joseph. Mary and baby. Let's have a look at any more shit going down. Yeah, they built these castles and they need tents. It's ridiculous. Are they cannonballs? Well, there's white balls there. Of different sizes. Cannonballs are black though. Oh, this isn't big. He's hacking in there. He's got over. So they're massive as well, aren't they? These archers. Medieval mayhem. After a reset, or struggling, times of lords and earls and squires and sheriffs and serfdom, apparently. Oh, they got some big fuck off cannon type thing going on here, look. You see that? Whole lot of shit going down and big futuristic looking cities. In the past. So there you are. An education for you. Yeah. In 1970, we had Easy Rider, guys. Yeah, Easy Rider. Yeah. Now 2020. Male pussies. Riders with blue masks on. Yeah. What happened, guys? Yeah. This is how cool it used to be. Yeah. Yeah. They was like dropping fuck tons of acid and getting like gorgeous babes on like choppers, innit? Yeah. With Henry Fonda's or Jane Fonda's brother, innit? Hanging around with Peter, innit? And today, yeah. Well, they seem like nice boys. Anyway. This is a crime against humanity, which upsets me no end, is they think in this realm, and it's apparently legal, and the murdering motherfuckers apparently just let this happen, is abortion. Now, isn't it funny that abort is a computer term too? Let's just abort this before it gets into the realm. I think any of these doctors that have committed this abortion, I think that their penalty should be that they have the same thing done to them. On day child sacrifice, nothing more disgusting or stomach churning in this fucking realm. I can't think of anything worse in this realm. And that's the place we live, guys. You're just murdering little babies and ripping them a fucking apart. And brainwashing women and the thing they gotta fucking do is the worst thing, because they haven't. Because of what? The paradigm that they've introduced. Oh no, you can't have that. You don't need to be getting a job, won't you? I got you a place to work down the fucking as a seamstress. You can just work your fucking life away or what have you. People make mistakes and nothing's done by accident. Most ties got our back and they keep taking us away from that. So this big tree was like, they were chopping it down one day and this tree reached out and he went, "Don't worry, little fella. I got you. Don't worry. I got you." And he grabbed him to the modern day. Yeah. That tree is the type of friend you are. That tree got your back when you get chopped down. William, it's not funny, it's real. Right, this motherfucker, I don't know why, he just walks around London and nobody does anything to him. It's fucking weird. But anyway, I thought he already did it. But fluoride will be added to drinking water. Chief Medical Officer says it will cut tooth decay. So millions of people across the country will soon have fluoride added to the drinking water after Britain's Chief Medical Officer concluded that it will cut tooth decay. So they're going to put it into all of the water. I already thought it was, but apparently it's not. I did overstand the Cardiff. The city I'm living in is a fluoride-free city. Apparently not for long. So they're coming in to calcify your pineal gland quick and to try and stem the flow of the awakening, which is not going to happen, by the way. Anyway, this is interesting. So basically, it is somebody's idea of George Orwell and different sorts of experiments, because they're all experiments. They say democracy is an experiment. America, the great experiment, and all of it is just wank. So socialism, right, is you have 2 cows. Give 1 cow to your neighbor. Kind of like that. Communism is you have 2 cows. Give both cows to the government, and they may give you some milk. That sounds like now. Fascism, you have 2 cows. You give all the milk to the government, and the government sells it. Fucking hell. It's a mixture of both, isn't it? How about Nazism? You have 2 cows, and the government shoots you and takes both cows. Anarchism is you have 2 cows, you keep both cows, shoot the government agent, and steal another cow. Fucking ching. Capitalism is you have 2 cows, you sell one, you buy a bull because you're a motherfucker. Which one of them is your favourite? Which one of them is your favourite? That one's got a nice twang to it. The Nazi one seems a bit extreme, doesn't it? And unfair somehow. The Popple Val, isn't it weird how they got like all of the coding for the Phoenicians on it? Yeah, you got the eagle wings open. I find weird is apart from they got the X code, it's still the blue cross of the cross of St Andrews on the Scottish flag. But it's still the X code. But they got a weird death coat going on. Quaxicato turns up on his fucking weird craft, and Phoenician. Yeah, they got a skull with a thing through it. So it's like literally a death cult. Look at this wristwatch with all like things in it. I get the cactus bit. That's peyote, isn't it? So there's the psychoactive bit, and that's peyote too. In fact, there's a lot of peyote going on. So I guess they're into the old mescal. Check this out from an old Renaissance painting. So you've got a god dude, another dude. Okay. Eagle wings open, and look what they're holding on to. Apart from it being like a world inside it with another sun and some sort of like thing here, plug. It's got 2 aerials on it and is identical to Sputnik, the Russian first apparent satellite. In reality, Sputnik is a double of a Renaissance picture. And we've seen this implement earlier, which seems to emanate light, which has been covered over. Some sort of holy technology going down. Like I said, all the world's a stage, and the Phoenicians definitely tell us this. How many depictions have we seen, guys, with the curtains? With the curtains, the stage curtains. Thick material, the Cherubinuskis always pulling back the curtains. And here's reality playing out. And look where it is, guys. It's on a stage. And these motherfuckers, they promote the arts. As long as it's their arts and their paradigm, they promote it as much as they can, don't they? All the world's a stage. Roll up for the greatest show on earth. What's your role? And who are the props in your play? So that is in Utah, and it's a strange bit of geology because of these zigzag things here, or these pointy bits. Looks a bit Starforty, but it's definitely fractal by nature. And That shows us more about our reality. What the heck's happened to that thing there? Ooh, this is a wading bird storkage, and it's got psychedelic beak. Imagine that leaning over you if you woke up in the morning and that was leaning over you in your face. Would you shit yourself? I wouldn't shit myself. That's quite cutchy. It's like a big, weird, trippy Orville. You could go like that on his fuzzy head as long as your arm was long enough to get past the beak. Look at his fuzzy head, guys. I like that a lot, a lot. There's a sort of, this is San Francisco, there's a sort of perspective like this in a street in Cardiff where you can stand on the hill and you get all of the high buildings all below you. It's really trippy, but check that out. She's literally up this hill and all of the skyscrapers are below her. I find it a really unusual perspective. Check it out. It's a bit like it's folding over like that film with the dreams with Leonardo DiCaprio, Inception. But yeah, she's higher than him. Strange perspective, that. But a groovy photo. So, ley line map converted into a flat Earth azimuthal equidistant map is shown on this lady astronauts pretending spacesuit. Yeah, okay. So she's got this symbol here, and it's this flower of life geometric pattern, which we fit over the azimuthal equidistant. Shows us all the nodal points and the ley lines of the grid system of this Earth. They do it on a Mercator, but we did it on azimuthal quite a long time ago when it showed a perfect flower of life. Perfect flower of life, which is why you should just know that the Earth is flat. Strange machinery outside of some nautical building in the past. So you've got aerials going on, but these are for weather, I guess. Yeah, vane. This wheel maybe, but well, these and this and this. I can't identify any of these things. Maybe the weather stuff here, but that. So I think there's a lot of like secret tech we knew nothing about, like they haven't mentioned to us because it's still secret that they've been using in the past. Because I can't get my head around any of that stuff there at all. Tech, Tatar tech. This guy did an experiment back in the 50s where he tried to keep a world of mice happy, hydrated and fed, and knowing nothing of the outside world. It was an experiment to study humanity. We're in a box. We know nothing of our real world, of our outside world. When we find out, guys, when we find out what's really there, you can feel it, can't you? Because you know it's true. The real world's hidden to us and it's starting to show. They're seeing it and they don't understand it and it's freaking them the fuck out. I wouldn't be surprised if that J-Hab was to stem it, to stop it, so they don't see it. And the people who don't have it will fully see it. And they totally expect it to, because the paradigm's coming, the new world's coming, whether they like it or not. And this, them judging us, there's them. It needs to be judged if that's a thing anyway. Looks like they're getting ready for reset. There's another change as well. The Trion's covered in shit. Big Ben, St. Stephen's Tower covered in shit. The spooky Notre Dame Cathedral, burnt out, covered in shit. And how many more places in antiquity covered in shit? What are they up to? And why now? Why now in the Great Reset? There is the I Ching, apparently 5,000-year-old binary computer coding showing us the true fundamentals of the realm we're living in. So, like I mentioned, Knights of the Round Table. Don't know why. It's just been in my head the last few days, so I thought I'd mention it. But you can get my 2 books. I'm shouting these a lot, but maybe I should. The Holy Grail of Our Flat Earth by Martin Lee and The Holy Grail of the Great Reset. Hopefully another book coming in the near future. And this I got off India, did this beautiful video for me. She is in the, probably still hanging around there in the chattage. And she does fantastic videos. So you can order my book if you haven't got it already in the description box below this video, okay, which is everything we talk about just now and more, and it goes really, really deep into it all. Oh, look, Mac. Oh, look, Russian bits. Yay. Okay. Now, I'm going to come back for a moment. There I am. Hi, guys. 851 of you watching. How fantastic on a Flatterday night. Have you enjoyed it? Do you feel anything of what I have said has resonated with any of you? So, let me just change my background. Okay, let me put something different. Been feeling all matrixy in the last. Now we need to feel all maybe a different one. Oh, that's nice. Oh, there you go. I'm glitching out a bit. Nice flat purpley looking beach. That is very, very nice. We go matrixy. Okay, that's called the Matrix Digital Rain, by the way. Okay, and here's a photo I took of the moon rising, which looked fucking massive, by the way. Rising up, can you see there? I took it with my camera a couple of days ago. Bright orange moonage, and it's very, very big. So there's another thing. The sun has turned from a yellow sodium light into a weak as piss LED light, which is a lot closer and a lot bigger. Moon, don't want to get too close because I could just fuck up the day. See all of them things that some people claim are craters. I'm afraid there's nothing in space, and craters are impossible. You're looking at there, it's plasma discharge points. Okay, when whatever this is, this cathode, whatever it is, maybe gets a little bit close in the atmosphere, causing electrical disturbance. And as Emmanuel Valisovsky once told us, this has happened before, and it causes electromagnetic disturbance. Plasma reset. Mandy Russo, thank you. Loved it. Thank you. I'm so glad. You can never tell when you're on my side. Whether I'm talking away, and I think everyone could just fucked off, and I could be talking to myself. Nah, I don't. Thank you, India, for everything. I'm going to get some fun moving on Flat Earth British very, very soon. We're going to get some things happening. Okay, make some more magic. Daryl G, good to see you. It's 8:29 a.m. wherever you are. Good day to you. Try not to say good morning because we're not really mourning, are we? What are we mourning exactly? All of the murdered that went before us. It's probably better to say happy vibes or something like that because they're using the language against us. I'm sure you don't really mean it. Stacy. Hi, Stacy, love. From Massachusetts. Viber. Who's loving it? Your Truth Seeker. I'm a Brubska. Georgich. Cheryl Bailey. Purple platforms. To Cheryl Bailey. Julie. I met Julie. She's wicked, is Julie. It was awesome to meet you, lovely Julie. Matt Moore on tour, 100%. I'm glad you're going with that. Rasco, definitely. Cool. Dick, what's happening? Saying hello to Mo. Joseph Hamilton. Sounds like Dallas and Biden are lovers. I don't know. It's all weird stuff going on with them guys. I wouldn't even like to say. JT Clark, nice. Capalocious, good to see you. Vertigo, good to see you. William, good to see you. Alva Billy, good to see you. My friend Edge. Matt Sampson, good to see you. Oh, Dallas, there you are. D'Angelo, good to see you. Hals to the Mother Hubbard. Sorry, she's back. Good to see you. I just started Holy Grail. It's awesome. Oh, good. You're going to get your Brian splattered then. Not going back after reading that. Jenny, who's loving the midst. It's like music, isn't it? Call for 0 funds to you too. Double flat thumbs. Actually, I said that without even saying it. I know, it's not bad, is it? Double flat thumbs to infinity, thrice, forever and ever, oct. Okay, Camargo, good to see you. Salty Dog, good to see you. GT, good to see you. The ripples have barely started. Oh, they have started, and you would not believe how far we have come. Shock them. Ellie Mae, Viper, Davaro, this wasn't supposed to happen. Esley, not like this. Brian Evans, Jenny Kins, William, Mo Sampson, good to see you, Mo. Spirited Woman, San Dan, that's a bit too much like Saidan, that one. Wow, it was depressing. What was depressing? Ah! Maybe that's just your Brian telling you it was depressing. In my head, it was anything but depressing. I don't do depressing. I don't do anything depressing. Anyone who knows me knows that, like, I don't do that shit. Maybe you should just depressed. Maybe you should let me know, because I want to know now. Luca, good to see you, my friend. Do you think that was depressing? You should just envelop life, dude. Okay? Live in the now. Learn about what we're really in and act accordingly, which you're not, by the way. Flo, you're beautiful. And you have to have this book, is what Flo. And that is actually somebody who knows me or I've met, who's lovely in the convention, and she read my book. So, cheers, you, Bob. Carmichael, Marie S. Lehman. Good to see you. Monica Shea, Ginger Green. Good to see you. So we're getting on for 2.5 hours each of Flat Earth British. Back. So I will be going soon, keeping this down to 2.5 hours. Now I'm one channel down, Flat Earth British. Apparently I'm 90 days and I'm supposed to do a naughty school fucking thing, like a naughty little boy. To get my channel back, and I get it in another month. So I know I used to crank up all the time in the week, but like I said, I'm running short of channels. So I've got the Italian channel if I want to come back for a midweek special to catch up with you all. Thank you for explaining and showing me the Beatles, Pink Floyd. I had no idea it was all of them. Not just them bands. Just go with them all and check them all out. They all tell us so much, especially a lot of them heavy metal bands as well. Simon's good to see you. At Matters, good to meet you as well, my bruvski. JJ here as well. Hope everything's all right with you and the fam, JJ, my bruv. Simmons, Kahanda Matata. Old McDonald has Tourette's. Me Brian has that repeat. Sorry if you've got a repeating song. Best thing if you've got a repeating song playing in your Brian is if it's shit, like the tweets or something, replace it with a good song. And then not have that replaying over and over in your Brian. So it does your head in. Ginger Green, and I seen Dean there as well. Roy. Tool. Love you too, Joy. Astro Cat. Come on, I'm waiting for that guy to tell me why it was depressing. I want to play. Elaine Lovell, good to see you. Kimari. Thank you. Ginger. Ooh, $50 from Lex Effie. Prospector. Thanks for a great Saturday night. Oh, so grateful. I had to make the effort. Thank you so much. It's nice, isn't it? Yeah, I'm happy. Pressing my fucking ass. Ugh. You only get that. It's like boring people. Only boring people are boring. Roscoe. It's the same with like people who think people are depressing. It's because they're depressed. Or anything but. Love tonight again, Martin. Thank you, Alan. Did you have a giggle? Did I say anything to make you happy? Very glad about that. Brian Bryanett. Michael. Say that again, Michael. Michael Bryant. Very sorry. Ooh, very cool. Nevada. Aren't you lucky? See where I am. Lifting the veil, Glowtad was trolling you recently. I don't know. And lift on him. Yeah, that's not the first time anyway. Don't worry about that. They all have a go. They won't talk to me to my face because they knows I'm just going to like peel back and just look what's inside. I don't want to make you cry or anything, so I'd have to be kind. But yeah, I've had it all with them. Don't care even. TW, they send in trolls in as we like, you know, just fucking melt it. And they got no control. They can't do fuck all about that. Send them in by team. Get destroyed by the fucking chat feed. Arwin, depression is for the spiritually blocked and bored. I just said that, Arwin. You're really psychic. See that? Told you I was psychic, didn't I? Arwin read my Brian. Theorora for you. Always. I'm always barefooted. Are you? I can't you because I'm in a flat. Otherwise. And I can't walk barefoot where I live because you would always step in masks or dog shit. So sheep shit or dog shit. Ugh. Blind spot. This is my antidepressant. Thank you, Blind Spot. That's much better. Tommy Rogers, good to see you, my bro. Ski Curtis is here as well. So let's have a go. WD-40. Okay, good to see you, my friend. Keep that nice and oily. There have been 666 viewers. In fact, unfortunately, that number actually exists, and it will maybe stop on that, and sometimes or even pass it. This is going to be inevitability of reality, I'm afraid, because of the numbers. Bill Miller Flip, Squirrel Sniper. Squiz. I just mentioned you, and I hope. How did you send a message to me if the internet went down? I can hear fireworks. Good to see you, Dean. Trevor Stevens, Michael again. Backwoods gas bike. Martin, the controllers went underground, deep underground. And I may say, I love your book. Oh, thank you. Yeah, yeah. They're going deeper underground. There's too much shit in this town. No, they could be underground. They've been tunneling forever and it's massive underground. So, yeah, probably. Okay. The Chinese been tunneling forever. They're tunneling underneath you right now. Listening. One day they will come up. One day there will be overwhelming smell of chop suey. And then you could get fucking food in your bed. So just be warned. Just see. Might not be a reality. It's just in my brain. It is. Mike James, good to see you. Free Soul Hippie, good to see you. Hippie Shake, good to see you. Pool Dog, who's not Pooh Bear. Pool Dog Bear. Trevor, I don't know why I said that. At Matters, Ginger, King Schnurgle, Gershon. Effie is about to be invaded by Martians. Did you know there was one of the parts of the Rosicrucianists is called the Martinists? They were their own thing, Martinists in the past. There's a part of school of the Rosicrucianists, the Martinists. I've got a book on them. Yeah, they talk a lot of bollocks. Some of the Rosicrucianist stuff's actually not bollocks. You see, loving them. It's okay. The birds are wicked. You've all seen Maria Austerwitz. I mean, you've got blonde there. Maria, that's my girlfriend. No, it's not. George, Flo, Mandy, Brian. Can you say your name? Can you change your name to Brain? So because it's confusing. Like people. Won't cost much. Right there. Mickey Warbanger, Mystical. Dallas, just chucking out numbers. I get them. I'd get them written down if I were you. Put them on a lottery ticket, guys. Except an 8, 76. Don't get that. It's 8 and a 7, a 6, a 5, a 3, and a 9. Yeah, that's your lucky numbers. Dallas Fowler, if we don't win on the lottery, I'm going to word with you later. Jane of Torquay, it might not have been them. I'm just making that up, obviously, but I would say that I would try that if I was a gambler, which I don't, and I don't do the lottery because no one wins. Lewis Vargas, good to see you. Jane from Turkey, I love Turkey and go there one day again. Ben, good to see you. Luca Devoria. Right, I'm running out of Brian. 3 more. Interesting. And stuff to think about because my head's gone. Okay, which is completely normal for me. So, many good things. Happy vibes to you all. Hope you all had a fantastic Flatterday night. What have we been thinking about? We've been thinking about how I actually think how easy it is to actually hack the Matrix. Just don't have doubt. Okay, not even a tiny bit of it. And fantastic things to come. Happy? Good. Quick. Times, slipping, bugger, banger. Yeah, don't worry. I got to get going now. I'm telling you now. It's getting up for midnight. It's nearly 3-hour vlog. I need a cup of coffee. There you are. Brian just fucking spoke my Brian again. Dun, dun, dun. Catch you in your house. Double your doubts. Hey, what's that? What's that? Doubt your doubts. Hey, just don't even have them because things disappear and it's them again. So anytime you have a doubt, you know it's them motherfuckers. The parasite. Give it the old golden ratio. No problemo. And holy that fucker out of the realm. Chris Duggan, good to see you. And Lutu as well. Project New Future. I like that. I really, really like that. Southern Ontario Sasquatch, good to see you, my brubski. Kathleen, good to see you as well. Lovely. Thanks for all the comments. Alex, it was Pushkin Castle. Matthew Titus, it's good to see you. Ashley, Point Particle. There's a Marty there. There's a Marty there. Hi, Marty. Hi, Marty. Yeah, good to see you. Mods, please show Martin my post just above. Ooh, well, just above. Is it not just above? Because I haven't seen it. So it could be miles away. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, Adam Plates. Maybe you could just repeat it. Chan Yan, good to see you. Sonny Testament. Jada. Yay. Winian, who basically invented a field of make-believe science. All of it is. Lightning Knox, which is Arwinian gravity, which is much more feasible than anything they make up anyway. It's a force. You fully, Rick S. Hippie shake. So I'm going to go off now to make coffee and a sandwich because I'm very, very hungry. And there's my effort. I will be back in the week. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't to Flat Earth British. We'll be back more soon with more brain splats. I will put all of that stuff that I just showed you in the descriptions box below this video in about 10 minutes. Come back in 15 minutes and it'll all be there. Okay, so make a cuppa. Okay, so have a bit of smoothie. Well, have a great night. Well, there's not much left of the night now anyway, Jada. Might have a couple of blifferoonies, nice cup of coffee, munch, and then sleep. Feeling my knacker. Brian Evans, good to see you. What's up, Eddie? Hi, James. Oh, so enjoy your dreams. I'm sure all of you are having fab dreams. I'm having fab dreams myself. So make sure to have fab dreams tonight. Make sure to keep your vibration up. Okay, this is very, very important because they're really weird and they're not really into this movie. Any way of thinking of just like tearing their script up and just hijacking the movie. Yeah, like they did in Tropic Thunder, a bit like that. Okay, cool. Gotcha. Got your backs, guys. Fat thumbs. And I'll see you in a week, okay? I'll be back very, very soon. Okay, peace and love. Thanks for everything. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.